And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 15, episode 8. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And if you guys are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast when it is airing live, thank you so much for your continued support. And also, if you guys are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on the replay because you did not have the chance to actually watch and listen to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast when it was airing live, don't worry. Thank you for your continued support on the replay watchers for the Cloud9 podcast. And also, you guys have really enjoyed the MSK show lately as well. So we can't actually usually do our, guy bro talk for this episode in particular for season 15 because there's actually so much to cover in this episode. We have to talk about the 2025 NBA playoffs. I mean, I've only got a chance to watch the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks game one. I have to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves and OKC both games now actually. And then after that, we're going to talk about the LEC 2025 spring split regular season and then a playoff preview for the first round that'll be taking place this week. And then we're going to talk about the LTA Split 2 regular season, and then we'll be going over previewing the playoffs as well. But joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about, all things NBA, NFL, life, well, hot, sexy, good time with my wife. Jokes. It was a joke, guys. And Law Esports is Mr. Blanks. What's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm out there killing. I
Good
got.
Lord. Did you have a long day at work? It feels like you're
Uh,
dead inside.
no, I've been dead all week, but that's because I'm getting two teeth pulled out tomorrow. My wisdoms.
Oh,
That's
that's
me. Yeah.
you're gonna be out
That,
for Sunday?
no, I'll be available. Thank goodness.
Okay.
I'll just probably I'll be a little no. I'll be drowsy tomorrow and Saturday. Or I'll definitely be drowsy tomorrow. I know that I'm
Okay. Well,
gonna be.
if you're just not feeling it because you're just dead
I'm
inside,
not.
just let me know.
No, dude,
You know in advance if you are good. You
I'm
know.
dead. I'm dead every day inside, man.
Hell yeah, it must feel good. Just I don't know, guys. Watching DK just downfall is so weird. Like
Oh no,
last night, what
DK's downfall.
happened?
You gotta tell me, man. I watched game two. I saw bro was up. What else? Like, all right, DK's little. But then I look back, and this is the spoiler. Sometimes when it
Yeah.
says all games, and then you go one video back, it says game two. You're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
damn, DK just got too old. Ah shit. Like
It's
sometimes,
crazy watching them because, like, in the LCK 2025 Cup, which is like the winter
yeah.
split, they looked like the best team, and then they just peaked in winter, and they just look like complete shit now. Like everything's just falling apart. Like some of these rosters, these rosters got to change because if you guys don't actually know this about the LCK 2025 spring split is like having this road to MSI playoff format where it's kind of like the world's format where you have like single elimination all the way to the finals in some sort of like gauntlet type of format. So like
Yeah.
Life and Gen G, since they'll be the top two seeds, they play a single elimination best of five. Whoever wins that gets the first seed. They don't win a trophy, but they go to MSI as the first seed. Then let's say it's Life. Life would get the second seed technically, and they would be in the final round. And then whoever are the lower seeds have to fight each other all the way up to like T1, because T1 is pretty much getting third at this point now. Then out of those teams who fight T1, let's say T1 beat them, then T1, if they beat Hanwha Life, then they're the second seed. And then apparently, from what I know, then Genji or T1 have to fight. Oh, sorry, for that second seed. Or not Genji, it'd be T1 Hanwha Life fighting for a second seed. So realistically, all T1 to go to MSI if they want to go, they just potentially have to just get solid third place, making sure no other team can catch them in that, and then they would just have to beat whoever is coming in front of them and beat whoever basically wins out of Genji and Hanwha Life to go. Honestly, absolutely one of the worst formats you could possibly think of. I have no clue who's been thinking of these formats for the LCK. I mean, you had the 2025 LCK Cup. Literally, that was garbage. Like, it pretty much incentivized T1 to just throw against Nongshim, even though they would never do that, just for them to actually face Hanwha Life. And Hanwha Life would never throw to the team that they're going to face against.
Yeah.
T1 is like 4-1, 5-1 of the group. How is being like first place in a group not grant you playoffs? They got first place in a group, carrying the entire group, and they didn't even get playoffs. Then Nongshim got playoffs in a worse group. Like, the LCK format is absolutely garbage. One of the worst formats I've seen. Like, god damn. But we are going to talk about the 2025 NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals, the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks, game one. The New York Knicks ended up losing it, but that
Yeah.
was actually a entertaining game. We'll just say that. It was very entertaining.
We still got more games to play, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton giving you guys the
Guess
choke.
what? You know when Ricky Miller did that, they lost the series. That's me.
They did do that. That's true.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyrese.
If you looked at that last shot he took, it like stunned everyone. I was like, no way. That is, because you just wouldn't think that would go in. That's it's not a common shot that would
It's
go
not a
in.
common shot, but the thing
He said
is,
he wouldn't even would have taken the shot, actually, if he knew it was gonna be a 2. That's crazy. He just thought on the fly like that and was like, fuck it. Because sometimes you got to do that. Now, I know people are going to be like, well, he's a superstar. I wouldn't say that. That's a little bit of a stretch right there.
he's a star.
He's a star. Like, superstar
Yeah.
is a little bit of a different kind of conversation there. But, like, did you see that clip of Jalen Brunson and I forgot the other name, the guy, black dude, dark skin black dude with the curly hair? They were like arguing or some shit because they were, yeah, like. Do you think after a game like that, you guys can still win the series, actually?
Yeah, it is one fucking game, man. Like, last time Indiana did that, they lost the series. Like, the sad part about it is whoever goes to the finals is losing to OKC. But OKC just looks like they're on another level right now.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the Knicks played bad. They were actually up in every single quarter.
Well, it was a bad adjustment toward the end.
Oh,
you gotta realize Indiana has been coming back. They come back more than the Knicks do. That's the thing.
It was some of the fouls that Jalen Brunson challenged. The first one, it went to Indiana.
Yeah.
The second one he challenged, it was he barely touched the ball because people said it was Halliburton. If you look at the actual replay of it, he barely touched it.
The refs were on some shaky calls.
Yeah, the first one made sense. Like the second one made sense, but the first one I was like, I don't know. I don't know if the refs are so weird this year. Because you even heard the Houston Rockets coach saying they don't call anything, actually, you know?
Yeah, they don't.
So outside of that, I told people after game 2, I'll see who's gonna win the series, or I'll make my prediction. But after that, as you guys know tonight, I have to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves and the OKC games, actually. Speaking of the WNBA, our girl, man, Angel Reese, good old Jar Jar Binks. You know what's crazy, guys? She's out here putting up like the most absolute best records possible. Straight up like Jokic levels of MVP. Look at this. This is Jokic level right here. Look at this shit. Angel Reese, 0 points, 10 rebounds.
Jesus
Woo! Congrats! We moving up in the world.
What the hell? Who is he playing against?
Today they played up against...
Oh, the Liberty. Yeah, I see it right there.
Who won last year. People don't remember New York won last year because Lord knows they went in the real NBA. Shit.
Nigga, where your team at?
Wait, we at home. We chilling.
Like some bitches.
What? Y'all have been to a final since 1973.
No, we ain't been in a final since 1999. We ain't win one since 76. Get your facts right, nigga.
That's insane. That means for most of our adult lives, they ain't won shit. What have you guys been doing up there? Just jerking each other off? Oh, nigga, my God.
Like your Eagles. What were your Eagles doing for 2018? Sucking dick.
Choking. Straight up choking. Choking on dick. Hey, they chose to take Michael Vick back after his alleged situation. But good old Angel Reese. Look at this.
Michael
She
Vick's
goes from...
Michael Vick's not guilty.
All right. So
That's what I'm saying.
Angel Reese had 12 points against Caitlin Clark, and then just crashed out against. This is embarrassing. I can't. This is terrible. And I'm supposed to believe this lady can match Caitlin Clark. Guys, Caitlin Clark is like getting historic records like every single time she plays. Angel Reese is doing that in like the opposite. You know that episode of Family Guy where everything was going in reversed?
Yeah.
That's like what Angel Reese is. That episode of Family Guy where everything's in reversed. Fucking hell. It's absolutely disgusting. Holy mother of God.
I bet no motherfucker she can't. She's not a good scorer. It's like her
Yeah, and
shot is
people say,
just.
"Oh, she's only good at rebounds." Like that. That's like one of those disingenuous things. She's good at rebounds
Yeah.
because she takes all the shots she takes. She doesn't even make them back. Like, yeah, she's good at getting her own rebounds, but she doesn't make any more baskets. You know.
Yep.
Also, she's tall. I would expect tall people to get their own fucking rebounds. Holy shit. Let's see. Yep, that's. Oh my God, man. Holy shit! Everyone, there were. I was watching a bunch of live parties from the Knicks. You say a bunch of live parties.
Yeah.
Everyone live party was just stunned. They actually thought they won. I was crazy.
Nah,
So
I knew they did win, but I was like, oh fuck, we gotta go to overtime. That's never because overtime just neutralizes everything.
that's true. Yeah, and I don't know if this is true from NBA Central because they do a lot of parody shit sometimes. But
Yeah.
Viewership for Game 1 of this season's Western Conference Finals was down 24% from last season, excluding the crush card virus delayed playoffs of 2020 and 2021. It was the least watched conference final opener since Grizzlies versus the Spurs on ABC in 2013.
Yep. No, that one was boring. That one was a boring series.
What do you contribute that to? No LeBron, no Steph, so viewership just go down.
That, but the Spurs Grizzlies back in the day, they didn't really have anybody that was polarizing. Like these teams are not polarizing. Their fan base is their fan base. Like Lakers has bandwagon fans. Like Knicks have bandwagon fans.
Yeah.
Certain big market city like teams have bandwagon fans.
From what I know about OKC, for the most part, they didn't really start actually getting fans, like legitimate fans, outside like the home state people, like whatever, like about them, right? They didn't really start getting like actual supporters until like they had that super team a long time ago, like with Carmelo Anthony, you know?
Nah,
like
no, they have fans before. The issue is this: a lot of their fans were Seattle Supersonics fans. That's still rooting for them until they realize this is not the Seattle Supersonics anymore.
Also, people have to keep in mind when it comes to like teams like them that haven't really, because this is one of the few Western and Eastern Conference Finals where the teams that are in it haven't won a single ring in a very long time. The only team that has won a ring between these last four that are standing is your team, and they haven't won something since like you said, 1976.
No, 73. OKC is technically the last team that won it because they still have the Seattle Supersonics.
Right. If you count that, then
yeah, 79. They're the last team in 79.
So and Minnesota, from what I know, hasn't been
in the Western
Conference final. Never been. This is the highest they've been.
They never been to the finals.
The actual finals, not the Western Conference finals, right?
They've been to last time they was there was it last year?
Feels like they were in Western Conference finals last year. Feels like it. Or was it no? I was thinking of something different, honestly.
No,
so like
no. It was last year.
Okay.
Before last year, it was 2004.
Yeah. Okay.
Indiana hasn't been to the Eastern Conference Finals before last year.
Yeah, Indiana hasn't been there since 2004.
No, 2014.
2014. One of them hasn't been there since 2004, for what I know.
Minnesota. Before last year, it was 2004. Knicks haven't been there since 2000.
Yep.
They're the longest team.
Man, she's so cute. Daphne Keene is so adorable. Oh my God. Double F out here touching grass. Fuck that bitch. So
did you see the thing about Robert Griffin versus Ryan Clark? Apparently, Ryan Clark said that Robert Griffin's not qualified to talk about black women because he's not married to a black woman.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that drama.
Yep. Yeah, he was pretty much saying Angel. He was right. Angel Reese can't come off as the bully and then try to play victim when someone.
No, I agreed with him. I agree. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then people took offense to how RG3 said it. Cause I guess he
Yeah.
was trying to act like black. He was trying to act like a black woman. It was like, oh look, she's being sad. Angel Reese is being snappy, snap her fingers and all that. It was like, and I guess
Yep.
Ryan Clark trying to take offense. Like, you know, you could do all that without trying to, sound like a black woman and all that bullshit. I was like,
Yeah, I understood what he said. It was just basically that one guy that replied to him. Like, what the heck? Like, it's so weird. The fact that ever since Caitlin Clark has came into the league, the viewership has gone up. It has did a
yeah,
lot better. It's been like a trickle effect. Her coming
yeah,
in has brought in like people to watch
yeah,
it. And then the only way that the WNBA, the actual organization, if you guys know, the only way that they're freaking perpetuating more bullshit happening with their league is I shit you not, this fucking league, which is subsidized by the NBA. So literally the NBA could just get rid of it if they want to.
yeah. They
They
could.
literally they could just be like one day, you know what, we're out of the women's basketball business. They won't, because then they're misogynist. You
No,
guys know all the
what they
buzzwords shit
would
like that.
do is like, okay, just defend for yourself. They could just stop subsidizing it, and then
Yeah.
or take whatever revenue
True.
you had that's
Mm-hmm.
not non-existent and run.
Yep.
The
Because my thing here is like, I mean, I agree with what Stephen A. Smith said. I'm not saying that they should all kiss her ass. Don't do that. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want that either. They need to elevate Caitlin Clark, and that also elevates themselves. Because some of these girls right now are just being jealous. I saw it. There was another fight with one of Caitlin Clark and another girl today.
yeah,
Like,
you know what it is people don't want to give her all the credit. The issue is Angel Reese says, "Oh, I won the championship in college," but the issue is your
we
hypocrisy.
know this, dude. No one cares about that stuff.
No. People care. This is the issue. You said, "Oh, Caitlin Clark's a better player, but we have the better team." Usually, a lot of times, the better team beats the better player. If they're better,
Mm-hmm.
if that one player is good, but the rest of the team's not as good, and you have a team that's well balanced, the well balanced team should beat the better player. It's like
Yeah.
you never
The
have
problem with the Indiana Fever is not even just Caitlin Clark, because she's only doing so much. She's doing everything, and there's a few other players that are better than last year than helping her now. Because last year, my biggest criticism
no
for their team was like, okay, you have Caitlin Clark doing everything, but there's no other person on the team that's really helping her out.
no
This year, it feels
no
like some of the girls are helping a bit more. It's their
no.
coach that is constantly screwing them over some of the times.
Last year with the coach, this year they got better coaching, but not really.
That
Especially
last
when
game they played, where they had Caitlin Clark inbound the ball instead of actually being the person to, get the ball on, have someone else inbound it to her.
no. The issue with the inbounding is they knew where it was going to. The issue is if you try to have an inbound Caitlin Clark, that shit's gonna get deflected immediately. What you need to do is you need Caitlin to direct it, and then hers get a screen by somebody to get the three off. The issue is they live and die by Caitlin Clark. The same thing happened last year, happened this year. The same thing happened to her in college. Caitlin Clark would score 40 points in a game, and then the rest of the team would score 30. That's because no one else knows how to create their own shot when they're at Iowa. They were good, but
I found the thing you wanted right now, because I know you told me on Facebook.
it's like the same thing with Iowa State versus, because people
You
want
talking
to
about
compare
Robert Griffin, right?
Yeah, people want to compare it to
right
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, to Magic, and Larry Bird. That's
one
not even
sec here.
close.
So this was Robert Griffin's response. So he was talking about the drama between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark after the opener game. And this was his response to one of the guys who was just fucking crashing out over his opinion on Angel Reese. There's a line you don't cross in life, and Ryan Clark sprinted past it. Ryan Clark
Sprint that ain't the word. That motherfucker did the
crash out. That's what kids nowadays call him. The motherfucker crashed out.
That motherfucker saw the line and just boom. he NASCAR that shit. Just he ran left on that line. He was like, fuck it.
Ryan Clark didn't like my take on Angel Reese hating Caitlin Clark. Of course he isn't, because fucking Ryan Clark is literally one of those guys that are like pro-black. He will never say it, but he is. A lot of these fucking
commentator. He said he has said he's pro-black. He's pro-truth, but it's sometimes pro-black, pro-truth could that line is very blurry. It's starting to get very
Like,
blurry.
dude, is that the only way the WNBA can even get viewers now? Is they have to like race bait people into watching the games? That's just disgusting. That's actually crazy.
The issue is part of it is true that the NBA is more. It has been more popular because of just Caitlin Clark, and it's like, but the sad part about it is no one's gonna put light at anybody else because no one else is appealing. No one comes off. Caitlin Clark doesn't come off as better than anybody. That's the issue. Angel Reese comes
Her
off as,
teammates don't do it either. If you will watch the post game interviews, her teammates are not like that
and
either.
the issue is too, and another issue I'm starting to see. Caitlin Clark keeps her teammates accountable. Some of these teams, like the teammates before the teammates that were in Indiana before she got there, they didn't really keep each other accountable. There was a lot of bad shots, and then it's like, oh yeah, we'll just remake the shot. No. If you make a bad shot, you need someone to say, yo, that was a bad shot. Don't take that shit again. Motherfuckers,
That's what the coaches are for. But people nowadays have been tricked into thinking that coaching means fucking criticism, and it's like, no, it's just coaching. This is how it works. Coaches tell you, hey, stop doing this. You ain't shit. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Some of these coaches were just
like I want you guys to see all these girls. Look at this is before we go back to the Robert Griffin III. Look, this is what happened today. I forgot to have to mute this so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Just look at this. Look at this. She ain't doing anything, and this fucking Jar Jar Binks looking donkey, ugly, ape ass bitch.
Yeah, this black.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You see, Caitlin Clark, what's crazy is that people are gonna get mad at her for this, but I understand her position with this. She kind of like with Angel Reese, she went, basically, fucking talk to the hand, like people used to do back in the day. This time she literally said, "I'm not scared of you." Like, you can't do that.
You know why? Because they're trying to punk her, and Caitlin ain't.
No, I don't agree. I agree with that, but it's like now people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, this is that's the one girl that got under her skin. It made her fucking tick off."
And
like
then
she
they won. And then Indiana won. That's me.
Because remember before this, she gave that basically that demeanor was like, I don't really, it's whatever, I don't care. But this one actually got her to say something. That's gonna be oh god, my dad, shit. Wish she didn't do that because I like her just basically just ignoring them because ignoring them's better in her position, But then again, if this is all the WNBA wants to get viewers, this is better for the WNBA, but not really good for Caitlin Clark as her brand. Like, and keep in mind. This is the reason why no one outside of Caitlin Clark. The reason why no one watches this shit. Look at just what happens right here, people. So she's dribbling, and this bitch just decided, hey, let's just stop the game because I don't like getting fucking your arm in front of me.
I'm gonna tell you what this is actually good for her brand because now you can't punk her. She's gonna get in your face because a lot of these girls like, oh, she's too afraid to say anything. The issue is
she hasn't. To be fair, she hasn't said anything.
That's the bad part. You gotta say something. It's a fucked up. You gotta say something. You gotta punk them. You gotta be like,
yeah. But before she gave off the demeanor, hey, I'm just gonna ignore them.
But guess what? They will come after you even more. The main thing is like, who the fuck are you? Like she didn't play well tonight. She. Mm-hmm. But then she got her teammate Natasha Howard, into the game, and that's when everything because. She got her teammate into the game. In Atlanta, besides Ryan Howard.
This is the epitome of a fucking person crashing the fuck out. Like, I would be annoyed at this too. This is what these women want to be treated like the guys in the NBA. You cannot do this. What in the hell? Yeah, I'd knock that bitch out. She did to me. What the hell?
Because Ryan Howard's like, I kept her to 11 points, but he still lost the game. And then, see, the issue is this. Mm-hmm. You want to take the small win back. You're taking the small wins by saying, I kept Caitlin Clark to 11 points, but you lost the game. We got 40 games now. It used to be only like 30. Now, we got 44 games. I'm like, you're already 1-2. We beat them one time. And then they came into later and beat you your home. People don't realize it's chestnut checker. These motherfuckers are losing. They're giving up their king. I like move forward. It's like, it's like, holy fuck. It's like, okay.
He said disagreement is part of the game, but instead of debating my point, he personally attacked me and my family. Well, that's all they do. This is how you know a person has exactly no argument, is they automatically just start going for insults. This shows how low of a person he is. I gave a sports opinion. I said Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. I mean, he's right.
Based on
Angel Reese
repeated
would never
live.
say that, but we know it's true. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then everything he says after that, it's like, yeah, because he stated 5 valuable points. And
Yeah.
there were some points he meant that was he was just talking about WNBA. He could go back to college. It was like, and this is why when it was like, it's like you want some of the credit for getting all the experience, but then you could have got it, and then you said, oh, I'm too rich for this, but then I need more money because I live in a $3 million a year apartment. It's like, who the fuck told you to get an apartment that damn much? Like, what the fuck? You make $87 in the WNBA per year. You got a $3 million apartment. How the fuck are you paying for that? Unless it's endorsement. That's the only way you're paying for it. You only make
she had that. She must have made a lot of money off that McDonald's sponsorship she had last year. Remember?
Yeah, plus the NIL
Also, that burger tastes
deal.
like shit. I know she tested that burger to eat it before they put it out.
No, dude. Half the time is they just ask what do you usually get from McDonald's. It's like, oh, I get it this, and then I put barbecue sauce on it. That's it. That's
That barbecue sauce
what
legitimately tastes like shit.
And what they probably do is like sometimes people get that, and then they'll probably get like a side of barbecue sauce, like you can order it. And what they probably did, let's instead of having an order, we just put it on there. But it's a whole new barbecue sauce. It gets sweeter because when you heat it up, it don't taste like when it's cold. When it's cold, it's not as heat. The sugar doesn't separate as much. And you're like, okay, that whole bullshit ass meal. You're like, man, barbecue ass. I can just get it up. I can just get the sauce on the side. It'll be the same price, or it'll be cheaper. It's like
in the off season, it looks like Caitlin Clark was actually trying to work on becoming a better basketball player. Angel Reese was working on being like an Instagram thought.
Yeah, she was working on being a better player. She was taking time off, playing golf, enjoying her life. You was out there just Instagramming, hanging out with guys at NBA games,
hanging out with guys.
It was like, it was like the thing is, you bad because she had a life and you don't. That's the part you don't understand. Like,
yep. I backed it up with 5 separate examples from the game of basketball because that's what I do. I analyze sports. I stay in the arena. Just because Angel Reese is black doesn't mean that her game and her actions cannot be critiqued.
Right there. See, that's the thing too. Ryan Clark will critique it, but he dances like eggshells around it.
Draymond Green does the same thing. They know this too. Both of them know this. They know just because they're black, they're gonna not have the commentators actually go all in on them.
Because the issue is and this is their thing. About a third time, I'm very careful about the words I say about black people over white people. White people is like whatever. It's like you don't, because there's certain people that look. It's like if you are too harsh on black people and then you're not as harsh, you gotta always keep the same energy because then you get that. What's that word you get called? You get called a C word. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah, because that's the same thing. When you're pro black and you criticize someone black, you get called a C word.
Like black people have the nerve to be calling motherfuckers soft, and they're some of the softest people when it comes to criticism. Any critique is soft for them.
You know why? Because some motherfuckers they go Uncle Ruckus when they do it. It's like you don't need to go Uncle Ruckus, but you don't need to be Tom DeBrois. You need to be like Huey. You need to be objective about it. Motherfuckers they either be eating them biscuits, they be going all the way out the window. Something like Jason Whitlock. Sometimes Jason Whitlock be going a little bit out the window. Sometimes he be on point. Sometimes that motherfucker be out the window. You be like Ryan Clark, who will be like, her game could be better. It's like, yeah, we know, but and then it's like. But it's like you get mad about you skate over certain shit. You'll be like, okay, yeah, but she still had 12 rebounds. They won't focus on the full game. They won't focus on the bad part. They'll focus on the good part, and then they'll skate over certain shit.
Yeah, because if you listen to the women commentators for the WNBA on ESPN, they'll just say the most basic shit. They'll just be like, well, if Angel Reese does this, then Caitlin Clark is looked at as the victim, and Angel Reese is the aggressor. But it's
Yep.
like, what do you know? I was like, these girls, do you know what cause and effect is? Like, that's a basic human thing.
And then also, if you're too quick on a black girl and you're too quick on a white girl, you get called racist for one, but not the other. That's
Yeah.
the thing too. You could criticize Caleb Clark to the fucking cows come home, but nothing.
The moment you
You
even criticize Angel Reese, people
if
just
you
want to go
criticize her
crazy.
one too many times, like in a
This is what I
justified
said.
way,
Angel Reese is not a good basketball player for a woman. Just terrible. I guarantee you, there's better women. There's no
oh
way.
yeah,
There just in my mind can't be a world where another player is not better than that. There's no way.
there's
It's
a lot of
impossible.
women players, but the issue is a lot of time it shows that in the WNBA, good players get cut because
Yeah.
of politics of who you are. Sometimes there's just not enough teams. Like there was a girl named Caitlin Chen who just got cut. She was on the UConn. She was on the national championship team. Very good player, but like sometimes you might be good for the WNBA. You might be a good basketball player, but you're not good for the WNBA. Sometimes it's they'll keep someone bad on the team who's probably just a little bit less vocal, less quiet, or more quiet. It's like, and the thing is too, there's not enough teams in the WNBA. Like I said, 12
Said
teams for it was just bad. You need
a
16.
black man or woman is not restricted from giving a sports opinion on another black man or woman just because you don't like it. That's also true. I agree.
And what?
Everyone can give their opinion on everyone no matter what color they are. Also true.
Yep.
We've got to be better in this space. Debate the game. Don't play with people's families, because if you need to cross that line and attack the person and their family instead of the point just to win the argument, then you already lost. Ryan Clark said, "I don't understand the struggles of black women because I'm married to a white woman." Yeah, it's literally
Yeah, that's the
if
wrong
you
way
want to
out the
talk
done.
about just the most absolute brain dead thing that other guy said, that is like it would take me literally an hour of just going over why that guy is just a retard. I won't do that here because I don't have that much time tonight.
Yeah.
But he literally said that Ryan Clark is a retard. I, I don't I don't I just I hate people. I hate people so much. That doesn't even make logical sense, even if you really like actually apply that. But whatever. That's wrong and way out of bounds. He suggested I don't value my wife as the woman I love, protect, and raise a family with, but only value her because of the color of her skin. That's wrong and way out of bounds.
Okay, there's a point Ryan Clark had. There's because Robert Griffin III in the past has kind of shown off his wife in a way where it seemed like he was mostly happy with her being white. And this is his second wife. He was married before
Hmm.
that ended in divorce. It was like, and it seemed like he only wished these women because they're white. And I don't believe that's true, but there is some truth behind what Ryan Clark said. Robert Griffith does tend to put his wife on like display in a sense. I mean, you're supposed to, your woman, feel proud about being with her, but the 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 way he does sometimes comes off as a little trophy. It sounds weird when you say it out loud, but it's like when he made the statement about Angel Reese, part like there's some inkling like why were you this aggressive about other players beforehand? And then it's like saying we didn't really talk about WNBA before Caitlin Clark. That's true.
Yeah.
There was no fuck. The last time y'all talked about it was Sabrina Ionescu going to Kobe Bryant's funeral. That's the last time y'all talked about the WNBA. Y'all didn't give a yeah. Sabrina Ionescu was supposed to be Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark, but you know what happened in 2020? Everything shut down. She couldn't play in the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
That her senior year got wiped away. All that she did, Sabrina Ionescu, she was Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. It was like, and Ryan wants to come off as like, oh, you because you're was white when we don't know how It's be. I mean,
Yeah, but even if he uses logic like that, why would being with a white woman you would not know the struggles of someone else? I don't even know how it would even make logical sense to anyone who would say that. Just because you're
because
with like that's like saying just because I fucking I don't know work at a Walmart doesn't mean I don't know the struggles of freaking other minimum wage workers. Like what is that?
no,
Like,
because
I don't
no.
know how
I
that
mean,
even equates
you
to
can
each other.
understand you can understand minimum wage workers like how it sucks. You gotta look check the check, but he's the right the way Ryan Clark was describing it is like due to like you never been with a black woman intimately. See the part with Ryan Clark, the part Ryan Clark fucked up was saying, "Oh, you don't understand what a black woman struggle is." He's had a bond. The thing is, he's looking at Robert Griffiths like
Mhm.
you're not like a grew up in
Yep.
a neighborhood where you dated mostly white women. You never dated a black woman. He was trying to call off like that. It's like you never dated a black woman. You wouldn't know what it was like to date a woman with a weave. Kind of that was the kind of shit Ryan Clark was trying to say, but
Mhm.
without saying it. But if you read between the lines, you knew what the fuck Ryan Clark was trying to say. You dated you
He
dated
suggested I don't value my wife as the woman I love, protect, and raise a family with, but
yeah.
only value her because of the color of her skin. That's wrong and way out of bounds. He implied that he, a man who has never sat at our dinner table,
Table.
values my wife and knows my marriage better than I do. That's wrong and way out of bounds. He dismissed my blackness because I have a different opinion about Angel Reese than he does. That's
Yeah.
wrong and way out of bounds. No, that's what people like him would do. Like I don't
That's
have
not
to
the
even. Go
Hey,
ahead.
that's not the first time that happened to Robert Griffin. There was the
Yep.
oh my god. If I can show you the clip. It did this is from ESPN and I don't know if you played the audio, but there was a clip of oh what the fuck?
Said he claimed that I'm not having conversations about the struggles of black women in my own home because my wife is white. First of all, black women are struggling because of their own reasons. You don't have to do that yourself at all. Black women are struggling pretty much by themselves. Like there's
yeah.
not even just I could point any of you watching this on the replay. I could give you every single statistical thing to show you that black women have their own struggles because of their own retarded decisions. Just saying, you know,
Yeah.
that's wrong and way out of bounds. We also raise black daughters together and don't teach them to hate people or
Rob
disqualify their
Parker.
opinions based on the color of their skin. He claimed that I want to appeal to a certain audience. The only audience I'm focused on is the audience of one. God, I support all people, not some people. My
This is not
support is
the
go
yeah.
ahead.
No, this is not the first time Robert Griffin the Kobe guy, question on his blackness 12 years ago. He was engaged, I think married, engaged to his white girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rob Parker was like, he don't know what it is to, he's black, but it was like he's black, but is he black like us? Because they white women. And I remember Rob Parker, right on ESPN, we all looking, called Robert Griffin a cornball. I remember, dude, I was like, what? Why he? Because I got in this whole argument on Facebook. I was
And
like,
then
what did he say? Yeah.
people on ESPN would be talking about shit like, man, why is there so much racial tension in the country? As they literally propagate it themselves. As they literally do it themselves, then they do the whole thing of like, well, I don't know why this was happening. Are you serious? What? It's like,
Nah,
what? Absolutely insane logic from these people. It's actually disgusting. Holy
that's
mother of
the
God.
clip. I don't know at that point where he called him a cornball, but it was he called him a cornball brother. I remember this shit.
One
Yeah,
sec
and now
here.
people are saying that he's 100% right. Like,
It's crazy. Like, and this is the thing where I think a lot of the media has perpetuated this kind of nonsense where like if you criticize a black woman or a marginalized community or the fuck they keep calling these people, when
okay,
that
okay,
automatically means like hate. It's like
okay,
what?
okay, what's the tweet? What's the tweet? Yeah.
From Ryan Clark?
No, from Robert Griffin, because that's the part people saying
Oh, you
that
want the tweet we're reading right now?
yeah, is that the tweet? Because
Yeah. I'll just put in the private chat.
they're people in the chat now saying, "Oh, he's validated, man. Rob Parker like people say, "Oh, this take 80s like wine." I'm like,
here, I'll just show you guys.
I'm trying to figure out
I'll show you one comment before we go to the leak stuff because there's a lot of it. I'll show you one comment under that thread that Robert Griffin III put out. Just this one comment, and this goes to show you why people like this are not serious. Just read this. If you had a high opinion of a black woman, you'd marry one. First of all, holy shit. If I even bother dissecting that, my whole fucking brain would explode.
That's fine. That's your right choice to pick or not pick. Own it, and yes, Real Clark is way out of bounds. But unless you own it, nothing. What the? Okay, I don't understand. Okay, what?
This part is mental. That's like saying I might have a high opinion of black men, but unless I marry one, what does that even mean?
Okay, what part am I missing that says that wait, okay, what part am I
He had a follow-up to it. Oh god. The follow-up.
Man should show all that up. Ryan was right. He called you out on your tap dancing. What tap dancing was RG3 doing?
He said he's a good-looking rich, which is me, obviously. I'm joking, guys. He's a good-looking, rich, famous, former A+ athlete with real-time celebrity. If he liked black women more than white women, he'd marry them. What? I'm done. We're done. I can't. My brain's gonna explode. It's okay.
I'm trying to figure out why people say, because I got a whole argument with this guy on Facebook. I was like, "Yo, dude, you wouldn't block me because you say you're pro-black, but you don't put up the evidence on why he's tap dancing.
What does this even mean? Please.
What part is he tap dancing on? What's the part that people say?
This is the part I'm not understanding. What that person said. I can have a high opinion of Indian women and then not marry them. And it's interchangeable too. What? That is the worst tweet of the year. We're bookmarking this one. That's the worst tweet of the year. I can't believe I read something that retarded in my entire life. There's an actual person who believes this. Really, I'm going this one more time. Then we're going to League because there's a lot of trouble with League.
Okay, yeah, because
if he liked black women more, then he'd marry white women. If he liked black women more than white women, he'd marry them. What would that have to do with critiquing Angel Reese anyway?
No, Chloe, the issue is Bill Burr's white. That's me. They're looking at him and it's like, oh, he had a past, but it's like, what past? It's like, you married a black woman. All right, cool.
What would you need to marry a black woman to have a high opinion of them?
Because it's what they want to do.
Could you just not have dated them?
No. This is what I'm looking at. All the comments. I'm looking at the video. Ryan Clark says like, okay, so he said, oh, he didn't say anything about his wife. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Because it seems like the worst game of telephone. Because I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Ryan Clark says,
this is another thing. I know people are gonna. I know someone like him probably voted for Kamala Harris. Guys, you know who Kamala Harris is voted to? Is married to?
A white man.
A white person.
Yep. And she doesn't even. And the thing is, she don't even identify as black most of the time.
Yeah, she's not even black. She's actually Indian, but that's a story for another day.
No, she's Jamaican. There's Jamaican in there. But then she does. That's the.
I bet she had a lot of black in her eventually. At one point. Oh God, he had a follow where he said, "You do know the woman and her skin are a single entity." What the fuck? Keep in mind, this is how you and these people want to tell you you're racist. These are some of the most racist human beings on this planet. Okay. I don't get it.
I'm watching the video now. Now that say the reason why Ryan Clark had the right to go as his wife because she was in the back when Robert Griffin was talking about Angel Reese and Robert Griffin was trying to mimic how Angel Reese be talking. I'm like, okay, but my thing is the point you made.
Also, still, let's just say she was. What would that have to do with Robert critiquing Angel Reese's play on basketball? That's called. That's what politicians do. That's literally called deflection. Even if she did, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What was Robert saying about Angel Reese true or not?
It seemed like Robert Griffin was a little goofy in the way he was critiquing, but all his points, it was right points. It was bad delivery. That's what it seemed like for Robert Griffin. He delivered it bad because in the way he said it. But then with
Speaking of a game with
Ryan,
no black people, I'm just kidding. Shit. Good
yeah,
old
you're not
Afro.
wrong. You're not wrong.
We had
The
Afro
last
Move.
black, yeah, Afro
Yeah.
is.
And keep in mind, his parents were kind of wealthy, so that's why they could afford a
I'm,
PC.
I'm
They know
about
black
to,
people playing
I'm
League.
about to say he.
They can't afford shit.
Yeah, he was black, but he didn't look black. He looked Dominican. That motherfucker looked. I thought he was Dominican. And
Good
he's black. I was
lord.
like,
Oh, if
you
you
sure
saw
about that?
his dad looks like one of those Tyrones. His dad's
Tyrone.
black.
What
All
was his
right, so
mom white?
yeah, if you just type
Yep. That,
Afro, yeah, you could see it. He's definitely black. His dad is dark. All right, so let's go over the LEC 2025
oh yeah. No,
spring
he black.
split.
Yeah, he.
So we just got through talking about the 2025 NBA playoffs, Knicks versus Pacers. Indiana pulled out an absolute banger of an ending. Talked about the WNBA. Angel Reese is a clown. Caitlin Clark is queen. That should just go without saying. That person that commented under Robert's post, you are retarded.
They're
If I
goofy.
even bothered
It's like
wasting
everyone
time.
was goofy. Ryan Clark, who probably already doesn't like RG3, just wanted to have like he finally found something where he could say it was like people take sides to Robert Griffin tap dancing. He you know what they already called him a cornball live on ESPN years ago. Guy got fired.
You know
Oh,
what's crazy? One of my favorite shows, NBA on TNT, gets absorbed by Amazon to be on NBA and ESPN. Oh my god.
yep.
My boys from NBA and TST,
Yeah, because
they're gonna be on ESPN, and it was crazy. They might not even have Charles Barkley there because he called out that fucking one clown.
this is
I
what's
mean,
gonna happen. They're gonna
do you
be
think
on for a
they'll
year,
keep
and
them
then
all four together?
no, they're gonna. This is what I think is going to happen. They're going to all be there for a year, and then they're all going to split, and then they're going to all do their own thing eventually. Because this is what I think is going to happen. TNT
Did you see the Michael Jordan's gonna? Michael Jordan got some deal like $40 million to be an analyst, and then next year.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. That seems like some
I mean, if they're
bullshit.
trying to bring in more viewers, I mean, who better than the person that's considered the GOAT? He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, all of this stuff just screams like, I need viewers. That's it.
It's NBA, yeah, because like, oh, please don't leave. The NBA has been good for like 20 years. Like, the NBA hasn't been good since.
Just imagine the world, people. Like, I know a lot of you guys watch NBA on TNT. You're not gonna have Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson. You're not gonna have that dynamic. You're gonna have whatever the fuck Stephen A. Smith does with those other fucking losers.
It's gonna be a whole new set
I
of
actually
people.
watched a segment of their shit today just to compare it when they were talking when Stephen A. Smith was saying that Tyrese Halliburton is not a superstar. He laid out a perfectly fine point anyone could understand if you had just had more than 2 brain cells. And then the black lady, that the Shaniqua Jar Jar Binks looking bitch,
Which
was
was
like, "Are you really? It's the one, oh my, it's the light skinned one. Her, oh my goodness, I'll bring it right now. It's the one who looks like that.
Is she
bitch,
the one with the fade? Like,
she looks like Janet Jackson from Friday.
Is she the one with the fade? With like she got like the
Kind of
short fade with like brown skin when
one,
she always got the kicks up.
I mean,
Monica Nut. I just call her Nut because she nuts. Blocked me on. She validly blocked me on Twitter twice because I
mean. You're a mean person.
Hey, I said, why are you hating on Caitlin Clark? Because she's brought popularity. Oh, Adrian. No one gave a fuck about Adrian.
All the black girls are trash. Like,
no,
all the black
no. This is what I said. That got me bad. Adrian Reese comes off as a title person. Oh, I won the championship. Caitlin didn't. No one gave a shit. Because you said it in your own hypocrisy. My team was better than hers, but she was the better player. Oh, yeah. And then, but the better player always wins. Not when she's the best player on the team.
Even that's brain dead logic right there. Well, not saying yours.
5v1, right? 5v1.
Yeah.
But she was so good. Why did she win? Because you just said it, we were the better team.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that people like her will never understand. And that's also flawed logic. And you know that in league too. Like, just because you have a better team does not mean you were the better player that made the attributes to win the whole thing.
Better than her. You just said Caitlin Clark's a better player than you, but we have the better team. But then you would have come back and said, "Well, I'm better than her." You just said she was better than you. But then you also said the same thing. Her team's not as good as mine. But why? But why did she beat us? Because you just said our team's better. Because we have more scores. It's you.
Her right here. I'm bringing up one second right here.
Talking
this bitch.
Angel Reese was talking to fucking circle. Oh yeah, Monica. She.
That's blocked. Janet Jackson from Friday. Look at that Janet Jackson looking at that bitch.
No, she had me blocked about a year now.
I'm just saying, watch this and watch you can tell they're not listening.
They too.
They're just not listening.
Stephen don't listen to women.
He said a completely fine, reasonable take on Tyrese Halliburton, and they were like, "Are you really saying that? That means you aren't even listening." And I have to have my favorite 4 dudes on that fucking garbage ass fucking platform next year.
Yeah.
God damn, kill me now. Actually kill me now. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, nah. Because I was like, because she was talking to circle. She said, I was like, Angel Reese, we know what you say. Caitlin Clark's the better individual player.
Yeah.
But her team's not better than your team. Your team's better. Your team was supposed to win. Mm-hmm. Caitlin Clark can do all she can. But if her teammates are not showing up and yours are, you're supposed to win. But it was like, and then she was trying to say she was better than her, but why? Because she has to do more. You're not expected to do as much because you have 4 other teammates that are just as good as you. Caitlin Clark is a one-man show in Iowa. LSU was built for greatness because they actually had players that were good. It was like, and she was like, well, why do I get the attention? Because you're not polarizing. Your team's not polarizing.
They have no brand.
No. LSU has a brand. The issue is this: you don't do anything spectacular. That you play a very boring game. You're Tim Duncan, but skillless. That's what Angel Reese is. Tim Duncan is a very skilled player who wasn't very appealing to watch, but he didn't say shit. Tim Duncan didn't like talking. That's by the way he went to the Spurs. Him and Pop made perfect sense while they worked. Pop would troll. Tim Duncan would troll. That's why that team worked. You went to a team that was early trash, and then you're trash. You want the credit.
Yep.
For something you didn't help do.
But that's the thing that a lot of people just don't even realize when you have, like, I guess, esports and sports conversations is a player could just be a passenger and win a trophy, then not be the actual factor. There's the reason why they won. That's why Shaq ended up calling out a lot of the whole league, and he was like, "Well, a lot of these guys are just basically passengers. They're not the main reasons why the team's winning, you know." But you can't. You're like preaching to the choir with some of these people that have like analysis like that.
LSU being Iowa. LSU was 34-2. Iowa was 31-7. You were supposed to win. Like,
all right. So
no, real quick.
Yeah.
Angel Reese got outscored by someone that was on her bench. Angel Reese had the 4th highest points on the team. Mm-hmm. There is Flonnie Johnson, her fine ass. 20. Flonnie had 10. But there's LaDasia Williams. That's her name. Alexis Moore, and Jasmine Carson. They all had 20. Angel Reese had 15 and 10. 5 and 12 shooting. She was jacking up shots. Do you want to guess how much Caitlin Clark had?
I'll imagine double that.
Yeah, no. Seriously, she actually had double the amount of points. She had 30. She guess what the closest teammate on her team had next?
10.
You're close. 2 players on her team Kalen Clark on the Iowa Hawkeye had 13.
Damn.
Kalen had to shoot 22 times, 9 for 22, because no one else shot more than 11 times on that. You were 5 for 11 for 13. Like, Angel, Ms. Reese, the reason why no one looked at you and said, "Oh, you're the most polarized player," you, as a starter, you got out. You were outscored by a bench player who's a guard, but you were the third leading starter, fourth overall player on your team. That's why no one looked at when it came down to Flajay Johnson, her and LaDasia Williams, everybody. There were 3 other players they would have looked at before you. The reason why you got most polarized because you had the double-double. You had 15 to 10 on 5 and 12 shooting. But that 10 rebounds you had, that was the most out of both teams. That's why you got the look. But guess what? No one's looking at you and say you weren't the best shooter on your team. Not even close. Let's just keep it a buck.
Like, well, it's not even just that. I mean, the WNBA, what are they going to do? They're going to investigate racist comments. You're going to investigate fans booing. They ain't doing no investigation. They just booed her at the free throw line last week.
You suck.
But that's not racist.
You were 5 for 8 at the free throw line.
Is so trash that they have no other ways of getting eyes on their product that they have to basically say, we're going to investigate the racist comments thrown at Angel Reese. They booed her. That is what literally if you go to someone else's, if I'm the away team and I go to Chaz's home team, we're getting booed. That's just the nature of sports. If she can't hack that, get the fuck out. But
we
do have to get to the LEC.
Yeah.
We have to get to talk about the LTA as well. So the LEC 2025 spring split regular season is over. Playoffs will be beginning this week. We're going to talk about the teams that are out because we have a lot to discuss here. But we need to just pour one out for our guys, Rogue. Gonna pour one out for Rogue.
Them motherfuckers went from winning the split and getting top 8 out Worlds in 2022 to be out. Pour it out for my guy that Rogue. Pour it out for Larson. Y'all pour it out for Larson, man.
I should show you guys that freaking clip that I showed Chaz on Facebook when he TP.
Yo.
Keep in mind, Larson was the 3rd highest paid player in the league next to Caps and Humanoid. Larson on Rogue, a team that in game score, not match record, game score went 5 in 15. They went 5 in 15. They finished 10th place again. So before we shit on Rogue even further, because we need to document this. Okay, this is 2025 spring. They had 2023. Oh my goodness, let me go back really quickly. That's EMA. 2023 season right here. Let's go to Rogue really quickly. Or is it X? Okay, they were considered Koi then. Okay, so that doesn't count. They were Koi. Okay, so that's all 2023. So it'd be 2024 when they came back as the Rogue brand because they had a partnership with eBay and just were called Koi. And we're like, what the fuck is a Koi? What the fuck is that? So the LEC 2024 winter split, 9th, 2-7. All right. Chaz better at math than me. Keep that record. 2-7.
Yeah.
They also lost to Carmine Corp. They debatably should be 10th anyway. They should be 10th there. But whatever. They went 2-9. Next split, they finished 9th. 3-6. All right. Summer split, you're probably thinking like, okay, they really got it together. The 10th, 2-7.
Yeah.
Now, you must also keep in mind, this was last year, championship points were a thing. They didn't make any.
Nope. They were the only team that didn't make any.
And they always were competing for 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
They weren't even getting 8th. You were just getting 9th and 10th. Okay. Now, let's go to this year. Okay. Start from winter. They went 1-8.
8 It was 8-20. Was it 8-28?
1-8, just steadily competing for ninth or 10th. Okay.
8 L's straight.
Yeah, they
What?
won the first game of week 1, day 1, and then just lost 8 straight games. Absolute. They they only won against they lost to SK Gaming. This team looked like shit last a
Who
few
did
months
Rogue
ago.
beat? Everyone thought it was Fnatic, but no, Fnatic lost to Koi, and then they went on a hot streak. Who
I
did
think Rogue
Rogue?
beat BDS or some shit.
Yeah, it was so bullshit. They
They beat I think another. Oh, they beat Heretics. They beat Heretics. I think
yeah they
week
beat
1 or some
Heretic
shit.
because
8 straight because they only won week 1 because they had 8 straight losses after that.
yep.
And keep in mind, their roster this year, people are like, oh, they have Adam and Malrong. And they're like, despite basically having a late offseason to get these players, this roster looks pretty good. No. What? Patrick ain't been shit in forever.
Yep.
Execute, he wasn't shit in Korea. Malrong looked like okay in
Execute
Brazil,
needs to
came
be, you
back.
know what?
Oh,
Execute.
in Minecraft,
Yep.
allegedly.
It Grand
By
Theft Auto.
Mbessa.
Yep.
Adam came off of BDS. This roster was bad. Like people knew the roster configuration was bad. It's just a bunch of washed up players that never actually won any. Well, Malrong and fucking Larson won something, but it's a bunch of players that these playstyles just don't work anyway. There's no real actual carry thread here. It's a bad roster. And then this past split that we just finished. So this is Rogue's very last split. And guess where they finished? 2-7, 10th.
Yep. They were 10 and 35. Holy shit! Yeah. If that was the NBA, you would have got fired. 10 and 35. Oh nah, bro.
And keep in mind, they only ever peaked at 9th. And then in 2024, they had that shit roster of like Zolis and Comp and Marcoon and Finn. It's just L's, L's, L's.
Marcoon was trying toward the end, and then at the
Yeah.
end, he kind of just like, fuck it. He knew the writing was on the wall. Was just like, it just stopped trying.
And then
I
this
can't.
year, you would argue they have a little bit of a better roster, even though I don't think it was that good. And they still managed to finish 9th to 10th with a better
Yeah.
roster. I don't know if that's coaching staff. I don't know if that's players. I don't know. Where you get the exact same result with a group of better players. Is that infrastructure? I'm be honest with you guys, I legitimately don't know. But seeing Rogue, which were a team that was randomly making finals sometimes and choking. And we kept saying to Rogue, hey, you got to be winning. You can't be always in finals choking. They finally won against G2, a team that was always better than them, always beating them. That is a roster of Otawamne and Malrong, Larson, Comp, and Trimby, only for them to get rid of Otawamne and get Jigenda. And then the whole roster just tanked. Ever since they had the Koi acquisition, so they had the Koi acquisition, and then they came back with the Rogue branding, and then they just kind of speed ran their way out of the league. So Rogue will not be here for the LEC 2025 summer split. That will be Navi. Hopefully, Navi go, hey, all y'all, and people are gonna be like, are you supposed to inherit the players? No, you just inherit the organization. So once you inherit the organization itself, however they structure their deal, you don't have to keep the players because you can choose whatever employees you want. It's like basically if you get a new owner at your job, they can choose to keep you or not. So
Yeah.
SK Gaming 9th. This should be expected. This team is trash. Kadui's their only good player. And that's saying something because he just came into the league just this play. Came from EMA. Genax is peak shit.
Yep.
Not only is he fat, you could make a team of fat people. Genax or Merwin, a Menace, Noah, Moab, just team fat fuck. Just, oh my god, that would be an awful ass roster. It would stank too. Fuck. So you have Bakuda. He's this fuck. I hate SK. Fuck this roster. 5 straight L's to
just to end off the season. Just they could catch a motherfucker.
It's crazy. I thought SK Gaming's motto was, okay, we spend money on one good player and then you kind of bargain bin for the other players. But every year they do this. Outside of like the rare first place finish they had last year. Keep in mind, outside of that first place finish that they had last year, they hadn't finished in first place since 2015 spring when that shit was called the EULCS. So they've had 2 first place finishes in 10 years. I'm, I'm done. What? They've always been either borderline out of playoffs or barely making it into playoffs, or they're
Yep.
blast. That's their limit. Barely making playoffs, out of playoffs, or shit. And let's go to my favorite, the French orgs that aren't the good one, like Carmine Corp now. I just want to put this into perspective. Carmine Corp came in last year, were peak shit, literal horse ass, made some adjustments, and now they're potentially going to win another title. Allegedly. Maybe they will. You know? They've been here less time than BDS, also a French org, and Team Vitality, also a French org. Team Vitality's roster, Chaz sent me the information that 113 is going to be taking a break. I used to pray for times like these.
Yeah,
Woo!
from the I know it's from CP Esports, but apparently, yeah, Team BDS is go back. It was 2 players. It was one of the 3's taking a break in their expressing their options on top and ADC.
Which is crazy because why would you replace Ice though? Wasn't he good?
Yeah, but I think BDS is gonna take for the rest of the year. I
mean, unless you think if you think you can get better, sure. But it's like
no. This is not a better. This is not a get better. This is probably they're gonna probably tank on purpose, and this happens a lot of times. What you do is you want to sell off good players.
I forgot to bring up the thing you wanted to see. Team BDS are also exploring options in the top lane and ADC role. BDS will go through a process with players fighting for the LEC spot with the possibility of both top and ADC staying.
It's probably, yeah.
Like, Irrelevant came over he was on Misfits. They went to SK. He played really well in SK last year, and people were like, he should be on like Fnatic or maybe G2 or maybe he should go to like BDS. He does get the better offer to go to BDS.
He gets the only offer.
Keep in mind, he's one of the highest paid players in the league too. He's like the 4th highest paid. Fucking hell, man! What are you guys spending your money on?
The only other offer I think he had was probably Giant XE,
because Irrelevant compared to how good he was last year, he's looked.
He's regressed. But this is a team thing.
Hi, Miss Sparkles.
What's going on? He regressed in a way because the team's bad. I think what they're going to do is they're going to get off the expensive contracts, and those are the 2 expensive contracts.
Yeah,
he said. And when they say they're exploring, what they're trying to do is they're trying to find cheaper contracts.
Want to find a budget option that will potentially do what Irrelevant's doing at a much cheaper rate. Yep.
Yeah, just get someone cheaper, someone that we could probably like
grow or all that shit they always say. We'll kind of build them up. That's the thing is, the person they really need to get rid of is Nook. Why is he always just allowed to be here? He's bad. He's not good.
Legacy players
sucks so much ass.
Legacy players. Sometimes they keep the legacy player. It's crazy.
Damn. And that guy Paris, remember what we were told in the offseason? That was supposed to be the caps of support.
If it's capped this year, that's the L. Because Cap's looking like an old nigga now.
Whoever told Team BDS's staff that Paris was the caps of support, you got fucking. There's a word for it that I can't say right now because I'm forgetting and blanking on it. There's a word you got taken for a ride. That's what I was saying back in the day. Man, they lied to your ass hard. But let's get to my favorite fucking org in the LEC minus G2. Team Vitality. Good mother of God.
They had one job. They had one job to even do that.
Boy, do I hate this goddamn roster. Do I hate this org? Do I hate this fucking roster? Oh my God. If we did the Cloud9 podcast the day that they missed playoffs, I was probably going to get banned on YouTube again. Oh my God. There has to be in League of Legends. I would have to say Team Vitality has to be the most mismanaged org ever. and I'm weighing that up against like every major region ever, in my opinion, from all the leagues I watch. This is the most mismanaged org in the history of just, you can say the LEC. Let's just say Europe in general.
Yeah.
Not only do they have money, they blow it constantly on just the most dumbest things possible. They've tried every roster configuration ever. They've did rookies with veterans, fail. They did all rookies, fail. They did some rookies, some veterans, fail. They did all veterans, fail. The only time they were ever successful was 2018 with Yamato Cannon, with the roster of Jizuke, Attila, Jack Troll. Was at first it was Gilius, then it went to Kikis, and then it was Cabochard. Then in 2019, I love Yamato, but he was smoking some of that good crack when he decided to kick Kikis for Mowgli. Don't know why, but and then this is just Vitality. This is just things that they do. Even Yamato Cannon couldn't escape that fucking horseshit orgy P Diddy fucking freak off party that goes on Team Vitality. Holy shit. 2020, they went like 3-13. I hate this org. I hate them so much. Then they had perks. They gave Cloud9 $8 million for perks. Pause. Why would you give Cloud9 $8 million after seeing how bad perks played in 2021? Then they ran it down for 2022. Then they had this project where they're going to get Haru, but he's going to be waiting for Bo. Haru was only bought as a Bo waiting room because they benched Selfmade. They had that super team of Karzi and Lebrov. You remember that one? Karzi and Lebrov in a bot lane. What the fuck? Karzi, Lebrov bot lane. Talk about L's. Then 2023, they managed to finish first, then fourth, then last. Bo didn't work. Bo was the player they were building up. That didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Complete failure. They go 2024. They have that player Douglas, and he gets kicked off the team for Linkus, who's the player that Karmine Corp wanted to have on their roster, but he took an offer from Vitality, and that caused a whole bunch of drama. Pretty sure Karmine Corp got the better end of that stick that they're probably realizing now. Then the coaching staff for Mad Lions came over. You're like, okay, they got the Mad Lions coaching staff that was successful in Mad Lions. Still nothing works. Nothing works in this org because they suck ass. Nothing works. Better coaches don't work. Rookies don't work. Veterans don't work. Star players all come here to crumble. What is going on in this Diddy freak-off party of an org? And guess what their game record was to end off the LEC 2025 spring split? They finished 9-11. So poetic to how their fucking season ended.
Yeah. 2 teams finished 9-11, but one was more tragic than the other.
I hate this org. If you guys even saw their last game, you just
it looked like 9/11. It was just tragedy all over. Team Vitality supposed to be team life, but they're none but death. Life after death, and it ain't a Biggie album.
But then, you know what's the crazy part, guys? Here's the crazy part. The Vitality founder, who's been content with his org, just basically sprinting this shit down to the ground for years. He hasn't ever been really involved ever, outside of like a best of 3 incident all the way back in like 2017, but you guys are going to be too young to know that story. Outside of that incident that I saw him at, I've never really ever seen their founder. Now the founder wants to be like, oh, now we have to kind of step in and make better choices. Where have you been? Where have you been? Oh, I hate it here. Please, someone kill Mac. Mac went, we're going to take Niski as a support. That motherfucker looked like he was bronze.
Carden said he missed his Hilla thing. You know your cut where you miss someone who just straight empty. Oh, and the guy you get much worse. Okay.
I'd rather them try out a rookie that Niski looked like he was a gold 5 support. Is there no one else that they could have gotten? Is there nobody else available?
This could look like he just like logged on the league and he just started playing support last night. It was like, oh,
he went in the fucking ranked and just hit Phil.
Like he went on YouTube and just like, how do you play support in League of Legends? That's what it looked like he did. That buff, I was like, oh my god.
People
What
thought,
the?
oh, it could be a Sven situation on Cloud9. Sure as hell wasn't. That shit was tragic. That was bad.
So you gotta realize Zen played support. This he said he's never played support even when he played solo queue.
Yeah, Sven originally main support before he played ADC.
Yep.
I think I could be wrong.
The thing is Zen knows how to play support because he plays a lot in solo queue. He understands the intricacies of it. Nicky said
but
he
now
never played a
Vitality
game of support.
Now the Vitality founder in our Lord 2025, when this org this org came into the league the same year that G2 did. G2 went every split, went MSI, World Finals, Vitalities, essentially did everything opposite of that.
Them motherfuckers can't even get to the LEC finals.
They've never been to an LEC final. They've never actually finished second in a split in a final, because you would finish second based off how league formats work. They've only ever been to like third place matches when that was a thing, and they lost one, won the other. So they finished highest they've ever finished technically was second, and that was because Fnatic in 2018 summer beat Schalke, and due to the championship points they had in spring, that gave them a second seed. They didn't get that second seed because they lost in a final. They got that second seed because of their spring split, actually. And one would argue G2 were the better second seed anyway. Vitality Neo, I told the coaches this will be their last chance. Max said that when they had Hylissang, they were going to build a team around Hylissang. You already knew that was an L, because anyone that says they're going to build around Hylissang that's just a bad idea. That's just an awful idea. If I had a coach and he told me we're building around Huhi, I'm going to ask you to leave and close the door. I need you to do that for me. So, yeah, Vitality sucks ass. There's going to be no... Even if I want to believe there's going to be different for Summer Split, even if I want to believe that, which I don't, and I think they're going to fail in Summer Split too. What's going to be different then? I mean, it should be their last chance. They've been in Vitality for 2 years. They're probably making a lot of money because that's what their founder does. I hate this org. Next team, I'm going to crash out. I'm done. Fuck this org. Team Heretics, they have 9-11. Shit. God damn. Team Heretics made it because they beat Vitality in a tiebreaker. They survived. Don't know how.
When they should have lost.
They should have lost that tiebreaker, but they didn't. They pulled out the comeback. But it doesn't matter. Teams like them and GX are going 0-4 drop anyway. Like, they're not going to win anything, if we're being honest here. Noah in the playoff teaser was like, I want to win the trophy. Noah, that's cute, but come on, stop it. GX made it. I will say this. GX is always pretty bad, but they do always somewhat pull it together, kind of, sort of, to make playoffs. I will give them that. Are they going to ever win a playoffs? No. Are they going to be in the finals? No. But they'll at least doing the minimum, which is getting the playoffs. And it's crazy. Team Heretics on paper has like the worst roster, and they're making playoffs over teams with players like all these. Crazy. G2 finishing 4th. They finished 5-4. They had a on and off split. Some of it looked kind of good. Some of it looked really bad. It mostly looked really bad. Now, that's the thing with G2 is they've had off regular season before that people have mentioned, but they did manage to bounce back in the playoffs. True, but that was when they had Mickey X and Yike. This roster is Skewmond and Le Bum James.
Yeah.
I mean, they're facing off against Fnatic. We'll talk about that in a little bit here, but I mean, this G2 roster it just looks all bad. I mean, like, do I believe they can bounce back in the playoffs? Sure. They have the caliber of roster to kind of do it, but I don't believe they can win with Lebrov. I'm sorry. He's just a bad player. He's actually just terrible at the game. Like, they let Skewmond kind of do whatever he wants to do. Skewmond can't really ever play from behind, and they allow him to play weird junglers that don't make any sense for a team comp. Just who knows what G2 is going to do. G2 could either win playoffs or completely just bomb out in the finals before. Movistar Koi, I wouldn't really say they look that much better than G2. If you look at the first part of the regular season, they managed to pull it together and get a 4-win streak. I don't think this team's winning a trophy either. People are like, well, Jojo Pion's playing better. It's like, does anyone really have any faith in Movistar Koi to win? We said they're going to be like 3rd, 4th. We said that. Yeah, they got third, fourth. Not
Yeah.
convincing. They're not great, but I expect with the roster they have, it should be third, fourth material. Then you have Fnatic. Fnatic, yeah, they had a pretty good regular season overall. Very good from them. But I don't believe in humanoid. I don't believe in since when would I ever believe in humanoid in my entire life?
Mm.
You think I believe in humanoid? Humanoid's like, this is our chance to win. God, Lee, dude, I remember you saying that last year. Oh wait,
Yeah.
and the year before that. And the year before that. Huh. It's almost as if like fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fuck me in the ass. You know? Crazy.
Yeah. It's 3 times. Motherfucker choked 3 times. That's what
3
happens.
years in a row, he said, this is our year. This is our split.
And then 3 splits in a row he choked. 2024 just what?
He could have won season finals. Oh
Season
wait.
finals threw that out the window. Summer finals, G2 was asking to get thrown the fuck out. Threw that shit all the way at the finals. Spring threw that shit out the finals. Spring
That base race, he could just Sonya's, he doesn't because he's just a piece of shit of a human being.
Was it winter? One of them Fnatic they punted that shit. They got
that was when they faced Karmine Corp in the match before G2. They faced it in the third place match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they punted that shit. They punted that shit.
They could have actually won that series. They hadn't been crackheads.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that game 5 they drafted Misfortune Lulu for oh my god.
Yeah.
You draft Lulu Misfortune for me, I'm walking off the stage.
Yeah, they punted that shit.
Anyone in the stands can play that shit.
They punted that shit right out the fucking window. I was like, all right, they're done.
All right. Grabs was like, yeah, we'll round 1, we'll go Misfortune Lulu. All right. You might as well have just unplugged your computers and just left.
Yep.
And Karmine Corp. Overall, they had a decent regular season toward the very end. The first part of the regular season was kind of sloppy. It wasn't like they were truly bad. It felt like they were just hungover from first
They would
stand.
give up games. They would give up games that they shouldn't have. There was a lot of times where they could have 2-0'd and they would just give it up games just because they were just giving up free games.
I'll say this. Kana is not just standing. I can't believe that man made us watch him last year. He played 9 straight best of ones. He played Renekton, walked in lane, just farmed. I've never seen that in my entire life.
He looked like a moving ward. I was like, that motherfucker looked like a walking ward. He
was literally doing that style that Quid was when he first got to 100 Thieves, when he had double lift roster, where it was just, I just want to look good. I don't care. I just need to survive. You know?
Yep.
So Karmine Corp, they should win the split. It's not like if you're going up just off the regular season, Karmine Corp should win another title. They should. But then again, this roster has various tendencies to just play the most absolute brain dead game plans.
Which, they have the tendencies to fall behind. And then
they do a lot. They'll fall behind and they think like, oh, we could just team fight out of it. Well, I mean, I guess in Europe you can do that, but
because a lot of teams just fuck up. Like G2, okay, the teams that are the teams in the blue are the teams who I feel like could compete. I'm not putting Giants and Team Iraq. They're walking.
They might as well be in the trash can.
Okay, Karmine Corp versus G2. G2 loses in draft. G2 be grabbing some bullshit. Karmine Corp grabs some bullshit, but Karmine Corp knows how to use their bullshit better than G2's bullshit. G2 be grabbing some bullshit, and then and then they don't got really good comps because Broken Blade saying one thing, and then
Broken Blade playing like Warwick, going 0-10, like bro, that's.
And then Caps doing his own thing. He's not.
Yeah, Caps. If Caps was the Caps that we remember from like last year and 2023, he'd be good. Caps has been very bad this split. If they did like all pro, if he made third, I would be appalled, honestly. But he's not had a good split at all.
Are you putting Jojo Piano over Caps?
Oh no, my dude Nook needs to beat.
Okay. like ADC, who like is that Cliff is gonna be first team all ADC?
I don't know if people. I mean,
are you putting Super or you putting Noah? Because Hansama can't be. Hansama is like.
I think the best ADC right now out of the top 4 teams is Upset. If you're asking me.
Yeah, and Upset looks shaky.
I mean,
the LEC looks worse than last year. Karmine Corp. Yeah. The thing about Karmine Corp is they got lucky at that whatever that EWC or whatever that bullshit or whatever that fucking first thing, whatever that shit was.
Yeah.
They got lucky at that shit. Because them motherfuckers could have easily been out.
Yeah. There was a world they're out basically day 3 if Team Liquid just wasn't. If Team Liquid literally wasn't a pile of shit.
Yeah.
Just literally a pile of actual ass.
Because if Team Liquid just wins day 4, Karma Corp's out.
Yeah.
Day 4, because they did play day 5. But no.
If Top Esports hadn't been hadn't been throat goats, they'd be out.
Yeah, them motherfuckers still like throat goats now, but they.
Good lord.
Yeah, LPL, that's a whole nother story. We're gonna talk about that.
That would be crazy. If G2 not going to MSI, that'd be crazy because that's usually the tournament where they usually play the best. League of Legends they do most of the year, honestly. Yeah. But then again, if that team goes to if that G2 roster goes to MSI, I'll be honest with you, they're losing to an A team.
Nah.
They're losing to either. You don't think so? To be fair, if they're playing it, if it's not FlyQuest going and it's someone else randomly, if they play against Cloud9, they're beating Cloud9 easily. That's not.
They're beating Cloud9. They're Team Liquid now. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about Team Liquid real quick after this.
Yeah, because we'll do the playoff previews after this, and we'll
go
to okay. So let's go.
It's Karma Corp's thing to win, in my opinion.
Let's go round 1. So
I know you just had it.
I just want to see what the days right here. Saturday, Sunday. Oh, you speak through the whole thing. That's the week after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
So whoever wins these 2 play on Monday, and then they get automatically put in. And then
we have El Asico. El Asico. The LEC 2025 Spring Split Playoffs begins, and no, I don't want ESPN Plus. I'd rather hang myself than watch that trash. So,
no, ESPN Plus is good. It's ESPN the channel that's trash.
Good lord.
Because you guys be select shit instead of just have to watch Stephen A. Smith scream and shit.
This man was like, man, ESPN gave me this big contract so I can still talk about politics. No, Steven, we don't want to hear you talk about politics. It's fucking basketball.
No, they don't care if you talk about politics, but talk about it on your podcast. Don't talk about it on First Take.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so Fnatic versus G2. Oh, God. Right now, if you're going just based off what we know about the regular season and how G2 and Fnatic played in that, Fnatic should win this.
I'm going G2.
I just can't trust Fnatic, though. They're always going to find a way to fuck it up.
I
don't want to pick G2. I think G2's going to lose themselves. I don't pick Fnatic either.
I don't trust either team, honestly.
Fucking hell. I'll say this right now. If G2 lose to Fnatic, I can't believe they'll win the whole thing. There's no way.
Oh, no. They'll beat GX. They'll beat whoever gets to the bottom. They're going to be the third. This is crazy how it's G2 versus Fnatic this early. Round 1. I'm telling you right now, whoever loses won't make it to the finals. That's what I'm saying. They won't make it to the finals. I don't think either team is beating Current Corp. I think Fnatic got a better chance to beat Current Corp.
They usually play them a little bit better than G2 do. Yeah.
Yeah. The Fnatic doesn't troll.
The problem here is like, are we supposed to trust Oscar Renan in the playoffs? That guy is horrible.
The issue is both G2 and Fnatic both troll. G2 trolls in the draft. Fnatic trolls in the game. I don't know.
Fnatic have 5 players. Fnatic's top side is the most troll players on this planet.
But the G2 be trolling in their trolling.
You know what's crazy about Fnatic is like Razor didn't even have a good regular season, and it's crazy because when he was good, the rest of them would shit the bed. Now they're all playing good, and he shit the bed. What is this? This don't make no sense.
That's the same thing with G2 now. It's like everyone needs Cap to step up, but he's shit in the bed. It's like, oh fuck.
And when they needed him, and when he needed them, they all shit. Oh God.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Do you go with a team that trolls in the game, or do you go with a team that trolls in the draft?
I mean,
which one is more dangerous?
I mean, Humanoid said that G2 has a mental block against them. It's like, what? Oh God. I don't know. It's because like
troll game versus troll draft. Which one would get? Like, which one is worse?
I'll pick Fnatic right now, and I'll see what G2's form looks like.
I'm going G2.
I don't even want to pick Fnatic too, but God, it just
I'm
fuck. It's
going
all bad.
G2 because I got a weird feeling Fnatic's going to troll a game that they should
If
lose.
Fnatic trolls so hard to lose this, I'm about to explode next time we do the show on Sunday. I'm about to actually rip some ass
Yeah.
open. Good lord, I want to see that tight little Oscar and bussy just getting blown out.
I want to see upset because that's every time he
He's
loses.
already mad at Supa. He might fight that guy on stage one day.
Every time he loses to Hansama, it's like he is like Hansama has to beat him.
They came in, yeah. Hansama came in 2017. Upset came in 2018. Hansama's won like every title known to man at this point.
Yup, he's been more decorated, more wanted. It was like
now you have
upset. Yeah, no.
what?
Did Upset play G2? No, he didn't, right?
He could have been on G2 a few times.
And then Hansama takes his place. It's like
I don't know why they didn't get him after they got rid of Flaccid. I don't know. There's times. I mean, Carlos has said they could have gotten Upset. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't communicated properly between like an agent or something. But if Upset ever went to G2, would Upset work with Caps? I don't know if he fits the vibe of that team though. But then again, the reason why I think G2 is not done so well, the vibes in that team are so off.
oh it's garbage. It's garbage because Skewmon he's shy. He doesn't want to speak up. Broken Blade, I think he's kind of tired. I think Broken Blade is going to leave the first chance he gets. And I think sometimes you get too. You got to think about it. The only two who really had success outside of G2 or with G2 is Hansama when he actually was on Misfits and Captain was on Fnatic. Like Broken Blade, best years were on G2.
Unless you count him winning on TSM in that COVID split when they went online and went to Worlds. They went to Worlds and went 0-6.
Yes. I don't know if Broken Blade wants to. No. Actually, no. Broken Blade doesn't even. Broken Blade doesn't acknowledge.
He only made he made 2 finals in NA and won one of them, but one of them was online. But he went to Worlds and went 0-6.
Broken Blade is just like Hansama. He doesn't want to.
Hansa was probably really glad he left Team Liquid after that shit.
Oh no, he doesn't acknowledge Team Liquid like how BB doesn't really want to acknowledge TSM anymore. He doesn't want to acknowledge that 06. That's why I think once BB contracts up, he's gone. I feel
like G2's gonna have a major restructure after this year.
I think they wanted to keep both players, but then they knew that they needed to do. I don't know. I
understand the logic behind it. They wanted to switch it up. My only issue is you get rid of one player to do that. They got rid of them both.
Who you think? But the thing is, they were the weakest player. That's the thing. Mickey X was injured, and Yank he just never fit.
Yeah, that same style that he's on. That style that he has on Karma Corp right now, that's mega carry-ish. He didn't have that on G2. It was a role player on G2
because he was a lot. The mega carries was BB, Cap, and Hansama.
Yeah.
You know what thing I realized that Yak is only 1 year younger than Caps. I think what the fuck? But why did they try to make it that Yak was a rookie?
Because that was his first year in the. He's only actually played in the LEC about a couple of years, but he's been an EMA. He's been an EMA forever at this point. So next match we have is Karmine Corp versus MCoy. Karmine Corp's gonna win. I mean, Karmine Corp have had their number. They are the better team. I don't think that MCoy has the worst players technically, but I just can't trust Koi. I'm sorry. Like they have Merwin. He's fat as fuck. Like I don't trust that motherfucker not to get hungry game 2 and just get off the stage and go and eat some KFC. We know Jojo Pion. Yeah, he's had a little bit better of a season this time around than the last time. But Vladdy, you're still taking him. Like Alvaro and Supa should be better than Callista and Targamas, but they're not. Karmine should win the series 3-0.
They're about even. They're about even. Yeah, I think Karmine Corp's gonna win 3-0.
The G2 Fnatic series, I'll say Fnatic win 3-1.
I think G2 wins 3-2. I think Fnatic throws game 4 and then that momentum just carries over. G2 wins game 5.
And then that's it. That's the only matches, right? I think so. All right.
Because we won't know who plays the bottom teams until those two teams lose.
Yeah.
And then if Karmine Corp wins against Koi, if they face Fnatic, I think they beat Fnatic 3-2. If they face 2. I think they went 3-0 or 3-1.
Split 2 positioning phase. We went over that last time. The group phase. Okay, so we were a little bit behind. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the LTA 2025 split 2 positioning phase and the groups, and we're going to go over the playoffs. So regular season and playoffs. Oh God. So Disguised, my boys, y'all finished 1-6. Y'all trash. You fucking dirt bags.
Yeah.
Dignitas out here always being trash. You know, that's just the thing their org is known for, just garbage. There's no pedigree there. You go there, you just suck. Shuff Rebellion, you know, they're just up here just taking up the ass mostly. So basically the top 4 teams, we were the top 4. Lions were the 5th, Dark Horse.
Yeah.
And then you had the bottom, essentially the bottom 3. Then you had the group phase, where basically Cloud9, ever since they had that series against Lion, were just really struggling. And then Cloud9, they did manage to go, they managed to finish first because they beat Team Liquid in that, good Lord, they should have lost that game too so bad. But they ended up winning it. So they ended up getting like first in the group, everything. And then they had to play FlyQuest to see who's going to get the seeding and everything.
Yeah.
So Group A was Cloud9 first, Team Liquid second, Lion third, Disguise fourth. Then in Group B, you had FlyQuest first, Shopify second, 100 Thieves third, Dignitas fourth. Then basically Lion is out and DSG are out.
Yeah.
Because I would have wanted them out because they're terrible. Lion's a team where you need to get rid of Licorice. You need to potentially throw away that support that's name is Lions on the team. But I don't know if he's the owner of the team. I don't know the structure of this org. You know it better than me. The whole rainbow move. What do they call it before? Fucking hell.
They're R7.
R7. Yeah, I don't know the structure of the whole Lion thing with R7 right now.
Lion is not gonna get rid of himself. What he's gonna probably do is just get rid of Licorice and then just get a new top later, or they're gonna probably just play it out the year and then see what Riot does, because there's rumors that the LTS might come back to what it was before. They might just have to retcon, act like, oh, 2025 didn't happen. Nope. Not this year. No, because the LTA is a failure. Because this is what they're going to figure out. They're going to send one team to the MSI. They're going to realize that the LTA North and LTA South, they might be the same region, but they're not the same region. LTA South and LTA North ain't the same. We are not the same. They're not like us. You know, we out here actually good out there, actually shit. Like LTA North is Compton, LTA South is that crackhead part of New York that no one wants to talk about. Not the Bronx, but like the little part in the Bronx that needs to just get eviscerated. LTA South is garbage. If it wasn't for that one fine ass analyst, the LTA South needs to be just retcon, just put that shit back to the CB Low with some Mexican teams and call it a day. Just call it LCS South or something. Just call it League Championships of Brazil.
Because nobody knows. The marketing has been so bad for the LTA. No one really knows about the formats. Like, I criticize this format. Basically, why didn't they just do what the LEC's format was like last year? You do the best of ones, you kick out 2 teams, then you play nothing but the best of 3s, and then you go to best of 5s. You could just did that. They did this fucking positioning phase, this group phase. Like, what is that? Just do what the LEC was. That's what they wanted anyway. You do the LEC split. Sorry, you do the LEC format. You kick out 2 teams. Then you just play best of 3s, and then you go into best of 5s for playoffs or whatever. They did this group thing, and it's like people were like, "What are the groups for?"
And then they're
like
both that this guy toasted over his head. He needs to just disband that team.
So Lion is out. I think you need to get rid of Licorice. He's just absolutely
he's done.
He's running it down. Audioland is bad. Like, guys, I've seen
the whole team. Years. The whole team is worse than
Saint. Actually, is not bad. He just has given up on the team. I can tell.
Him and Henna are the surprise. The 2 Korean players are the best team players. Who would have thought that coming?
They've given up. They've literally said, "You can't win with this roster. It's over." I don't know who you can replace them with. Replace Licorice with fucking Nako, and it still would suck on this roster. They started out 3-0, and then people were like, okay, let's see them go up against the top 4 teams. They lost every single game to the top 4 teams.
Yeah.
They should have beaten Cloud9. They can't even beat Cloud9 when they're at their Nexus.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Disguise is just booty shit. Like, I'm sorry. They went 1-6.
He just needs to retire.
They went 1-6 in the positioning phase, and then went 0.
And they got lucky with that Team Liquid series.
Yeah, they caught Team Liquid slipping 1 week just to get 1 win. I wanted them to go 0-7 drop, but I never got it.
It didn't even matter because they could have went 0-7 and
they're still in the playoff. Yeah, you go 0-7 and you get to the next phase, then there's no stakes here. Look, that's what I said. This was. I mean, I like watching the games. I like watching League, but there's no stakes here. This is useless because nobody's punished here for doing bad.
Yep.
Oh, we can kick them out when they're last in the group. Why didn't you kick them out when they're last here? Who makes these formats?
It didn't even matter because they were what 1. They were what 1-9. It didn't even fucking matter.
Amazing. It's actually great.
They didn't even win a fucking game. No, in individual games, they went 0-6. They got 2-0 3 straight times.
Yeah.
And then
even
guess
if they
what?
were in Group B, they would have lost every game. They're just an awful team.
They went 0-6.
That means they went 1-12?
No,
yes. Sorry.
No. 1-12.
You're right.
They went 1-12 in games.
If you go by just game record right here, they went
1-12.
Essentially, damn, that's
they
terrible.
got 2-0 3 times. And then the cross group battles for them to possibly make playoffs, they get 2-0 again. In the most embarrassing
100 Thieves bit roasted.
Oh yeah, no, they said,
God.
That whole choke job they had against Shopify. Oh, that's like when you get beat up by somebody and someone else wants to pick on you and you beat the fuck out of them. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's like you laugh at my pain, I'm beating the fuck out of you. Like,
and then you had Group B, and I mean, Shopify is out. Shopify just isn't good. Like, this roster can't work. They have the same coaching. Wait,
Shopify is. No, Shopify is.
Right.
They're top 4 because they're too.
My bad. My brain's fried.
100 seeds lost against them. Shopify got in top 4.
Good lord. But so Cloud9 and FlyQuest, they ended up getting first in the groups, which means that they play a best of 3. Whoever wins, as your reward, you get to pick your opponent. And then Cloud9 proceeded to get absolutely asshole blown wide open to the point.
One time Cloud9 needed to show the fuck up. Just show up. Third place seeding, Team Liquid versus Shopify. Honestly, 100 Seeds kind of did a good job by avoiding that.
And you know, is all that matters. All of this is not these. All of this is stupid.
Oh no, because Fly didn't even choose who they played. Pretty much what it was is if whoever wins the first place, whoever wins that first place seeding, they play the loser of the third place. That's all it was. You didn't really get to choose who you were going to play. They gave you the illusion. You were going to play whoever lost that. That's
you knew Shopify was going to lose to them anyway.
Yeah,
like you knew that going in.
2-0.
That was your reward. Is FlyQuest gets to choose the loser of this,
the
winner or loser of this one.
Yeah.
So like they could have gone Team Liquid if Team Liquid lost that anyway.
Yep.
Which we knew were going to happen. And then it's like, why were they creating these fake stakes? The only match that really mattered was this one. And then after those first 2 games, you're like, okay, this is awful.
The first place and the elimination matches matter. Third place didn't really fucking matter. It was like, all right, cool.
And it's hard to say this matters because we knew 100 Thieves were going to beat them. Like, DSG is the worst team. Like 100 Thieves, I was like, you know what? 100 Thieves is pretty inconsistent, but they're much better than them.
Thing about DSG is, 100 Seeds is consistently inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from them. DSG is consistently bad. You know you're getting shit. It's like you know you're going to Arby's, you're getting nothing but mid-ass roast beef sandwiches. Don't like, oh, Arby's might be good at that. Motherfucker, their tagline is "We got the meats." They're garbage. You knew what you was getting from DSG.
even to the point where like Toast doesn't even watch the games anymore. He's like, "Are we going to win today?" Like Toast is going through a bit. If I'm Toast, just sell the team. Please sell the team.
Just ask Chocobars to come over and suck you off for about a good 10 minutes.
Just
and
have Chocobars look at just get a reach
you know
around
what
from
extra
behind.
Emily said? She said she's in her hoe phase or whatever. She's not in a hoe phase. She's been in a hoe phase forever. That's two different things. But Lion lost to Dig. They're out. Fucking this. I hate this. Oh, I hate the LTA
2-1
so bad.
days.
So bad.
Yeah,
I hate it.
you
Let's go to the playoffs. Fuck this fucking thing.
Odion getting beat by Shada. Shada looked like he fried all the time. That motherfucker always
I will
like
say this about the you saw the Azale interview where he got criticized for it. I will say this. I don't agree with double lift. I do agree on some sentiment. It is disrespectful. If you do that to someone, like you have a demeanor that you come off like you don't care, that is on a surface level disrespectful. But that is who Shaden is, though. You know, he's not doing it intentionally, but I understand that if people don't know who that is going to come off rude. Like it does come off rude if you watch that. Not only is that cringe, that's just rude. I'm sorry. Like I will dominate. I like Dom, but I don't agree with double lift. But he's right though. That is fucking rude. If I did that to you in a random scenario, you think I was a rude motherfucker, wouldn't you?
I'd be like, he doesn't care. I'd be like, he doesn't care because a lot of times.
But it's rude though, right?
Yeah, I mean, close offense rude. To me, I wouldn't think it's rude unless I know you're being rude. Because if you know a motherfucker is like that, you know to avoid them. I think two things are right. It is rude of Shaden, but it's also you guys have been around Shaden long enough to know this ain't the guy to interview. You know this motherfucker ain't the motherfucker to interview. Shaden was it Shaden with the same motherfucker on? Was it he was playing with JoJo Pion like 2 years ago on EG, and Shaden looked like he was out fried out of his damn mind.
I will say this: Shaden's interview with Azale got more viewership just from that than any of these games that have ever been going.
I was like, he's so disrespectful. I was like, dude, are we sure this motherfucker's on this planet right now? He looked fried.
Yeah, because if you watch his stream, he's really socially retarded. He calls people PDFs. He's actually literally stupid. You can't be calling people PDFs in real life. I actually beat you up.
Shaden looks like the embodiment of like motherfuckers like live chats. He looked like motherfucker. He looked like the like weed motherfucker in your class.
You can't be talking about fuckers. Go to a Walmart in LA, start calling people PDFs. You will be outside in a body bag.
Yeah, you get burnt. You can't call motherfuckers. See, motherfuckers will burp you over there. You can't call someone that because
I understand. I understand both parties. I don't think both parties are wrong, but I will say this: that interview right there just made Shaden's brand. That made his entire brand.
Yeah, he gets who he is. Doublelift is not wrong, but the part no one is saying. You guys know who this guy was. You guys heard him talk before. No one is doing research. We should not interview this guy. Why did Adele choose to go to him? You got 4 of the players on the team.
Surdy talks pretty good in interviews. Tomo talks in interviews pretty good. Like
I'm about to go 30 first, but
I don't know why they interviewed him. He looks like he's fried. He looks like he's not even on our planet right now. Looks like he's in Mars.
You got Isles, Tomo, or 30. Shaden, I'd rather go to Key versus Shaden.
I'd rather interview Bipple and have him give my answers for me than talk to that guy.
Or Sniper. I'd rather go to okay, real quick. I will do a quick rant. If I have to talk to certain people on certain teams, if I have to go to 100 seed, the main person I want to talk to is Sniper. Everybody else is either socially awkward or can't really speak English. Cloud9, give me Blabbers, then give me anybody really something Loki. Loki's kind of weird. Dignitas, give me anybody but Shaden. Disguise, actually, matter of fact, don't give me anybody in Disguise. That whole team's garbage. I love Abadagi, but he's done. Flat Quest, anybody but Quad. Quad, he's just some English to speak. Lion, give me Licorice, or I don't really give a fuck. Shopify, anybody but Sales. Sales is just awkward. Not he's not an awkward person, but
his conversation skills is kind of awkward. Team Liquid literally give me anybody but Impact. Not because Impact can't talk, but sometimes his English is still a little chopped. Like him and Core JJ sometimes. Just give me APA or Eon.
So
I was
let's
gonna say
go over
Upkeep,
the playoff. So people in the losers bracket basically are gonna wait to play for like a week or so.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's the problem too with the losers bracket from the way the LTA set it up now is because like if you're a team like 100 Thieves where you like to play games on stage more because you get more out of it than scrimming, going on stage raw because they have to play. They're playing a winner of this, right?
They're playing the higher seed. I don't know who the fuck actually play because the way it's structured is they can either play. They can play.
Oh yeah, they're playing the Cloud9 TL loser, so they could play Cloud9 or Team Liquid.
But they can also play Shopify Rebellion.
Really? Or no, Shopify goes here into
it apparently from what it was is they're playing whoever is the lower seed. That's me. The only person one of the seeds would not be able to play is FlyQuest because FlyQuest will automatically go against Dick if FlyQuest loses. From what I'm hearing but that I don't know because
top 4 teams started winners bracket 5-6 starts, blah blah blah. Champion 5. This doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Shit. Yeah, what the fuck? What the hell? Oh, what? All right. So the last thing to go over. Oh, the preview. It's FlyQuest Shopify Rebellion. That should be a 3-0. If it's not, FlyQuest is choking. Just putting it out right now. That should be a 3-0. These games should be over in less than an hour. If they lose a game, they're choking. Because Shopify Rebellion is trash.
Yep.
Cloud9 TL. TL win 3-1. Cloud9 just looked dude.
I'm gonna say Cloud. I'm gonna say Cloud9 3-2. If that new juggler they have,
Yuja
is popping on cylinders, yeah, Cloud9's getting beat badly.
If Cloud9 lose to Team Liquid, they're just fucking done.
I'm there right now. If Yuja is,
I was on record saying I don't like the roster. The roster looks bad. But
I'm there right now. If Team Liquid is starting Yuja over Upti,
I think that he's just starting now. Yeah.
Team Liquid's winning. If they put back Upti, Cloud9's winning.
Umpty Dumpty.
I'm telling you right now. It literally comes down to who's the starting juggler. If it's the new guy, Cloud9 ain't winning. That new guy looks good. He has some good mechanics. Upti might be done. Upti might be cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Upti. If I'm you, I'm gonna try to find a way to get out the dig. Try to see if Dig willing to replace Shaden for you or Lion Gaming because he might be cooked, bro.
We have
Upti might be cooked.
Thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Upti might be cooked.
One more thing to go over, which is the main title of the show. So Team Liquid has had the car dealership sponsor, Miss Sparkle's big titties. I'm joking. That's a joke, guys. Good lord. So Honda. So the car company Honda has been sponsoring Team Liquid to basically eat out Impact's. I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. So good lord. So the Japanese car company.
Honda's very roomy. You can fuck a big bitch in a Honda.
Good lord. So the Japanese car company Honda, the Honda you guys know, they actually sponsor Team Liquid, and they have sponsored Team Liquid since 2019. So what? About a 6-year partnership?
Yeah, about 6 years.
Then Team Liquid have a Rainbow Six Siege player that lost a match to a Japanese team. Then he went on Twitter and posted a GIF of the legendary bomb that we dropped on Japan a long time ago.
Oh, bomb low. Roll.
Yep. I saw the post. I saw it live. I was like, what's the context of this? So, like, I saw the tweet. I was like, I didn't think anything of it. But apparently, it was they got so much backlash from the Japanese audience or fans or whatever that they actually terminated their sponsorship with Team Liquid.
Yeah.
All because a Rainbow Six Siege player who's Brazilian, so he has a way different sense of humor than we do, just posted a GIF of the nuclear bomb explosion. Wow. Now, I will say this. To me, it looks like Honda was looking to get out of their sponsorship with Team Liquid.
Yeah.
But you could also argue that they were mad about the post too. I think two things are right. Because this is an easy out for them to get out of the sponsorship with Team Liquid. And if that's what they really wanted to do, that really doesn't bode well for esports. I mean, Asmon Gold talked about this too. Like, basically, they're probably going to have to get like gambling sponsors. Like, I mean, NBA, every traditional sports league has gambling sponsors. I don't know why people are so against it, honestly. It's literally what keeps a lot of that alive itself. That would make esports sustainable if you allowed gambling sponsors. They don't even allow like fucking alcohol sponsors. Riot has specific guidelines for sponsorships. You can have gambling and you can't have alcohol. But then Riot had a Bud Light sponsorship. Yeah, Riot Games, the company who told the LCS teams you're not allowed to have alcohol sponsors, had a Bud Light sponsorship. And we know Dylan Mulvaney fucking killed that fucking brand. So, good Lord, Riot is just all full of shit. And it's like, why can't they have sponsors? First of all, Riot should not be policing any sponsors any of their teams have. That's their own way of making money.
Yeah.
The NBA does. If the Lakers wanted to go and have a sponsorship from OnlyFans, the NBA doesn't give a fuck about that. Like Fansly, which is basically discount OnlyFans. If fucking the Celtics were sponsored by Fansly, the NBA wouldn't care about that. You know, I'm just saying the gambling and the alcohol sponsors are coming now. If Cloud9 got a sponsorship with OnlyFans, that sponsorship would be Cloud9 sponsored by OnlyFans. That would be disgustingly bad. But Cloud9 and LTA have their Kia sponsorship still. But here is the post right here. Sheep Esports here, and you know, Steve put out his response. I'm glad Team Liquid is standing by their player, but I mean, do you think this is enough to make or break Team Liquid? Like, you know, they were counting on this money. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna get rid of them out of the LTA, but it's like,
No. I think
because they're sponsored by Coinbase, so take that for what it is. Good job, Team Liquid.
There was a joke someone made on Twitter that was very funny but very fucked up. They said, you know which company had the funniest thing they could do? you know Boeing?
Yeah.
The plane company. They could come in and be the new sponsor. The plane company that Boeing. Oh my God. That'd be.
Oh God. Lucas Diaz, a Team Liquid Rainbow Six player, posted a GIF referring to the bombing of Hiroshima.
The more fucked up part about it wasn't the Hiroshima bomb dropping. It was just the team who they just lost to, a Japanese team.
God.
That's what made it more fucked up.
Oh God, I remember. Dude, that's funny as fuck. But esports isn't like this is the thing. If you had a gambling or a porn or a crypto or a alcohol sponsor, they wouldn't give a fuck about silly Twitter shit.
I don't think Honda give a fuck, but I think Honda was trying to get the fuck out of there.
That's what I thought too. They're just trying to get out of the sponsorship. That's it.
I think this is what I think they did. They needed something.
So what about that car they gave them? They gave them a Honda. Do you keep driving that? Okay.
Nah, I mean, if it's sponsored, they take it back instantly.
Oh, damn. Because, they have that Team Liquid Honda van that they take the players into the studio.
I think they take it back. I mean, if it's not sponsored that they're not paying for, all you gotta do is pay for gas. Nah, I think they take it back instantly. I think.
So what about those Team Liquid jerseys that I have that have Honda across?
They're gonna be worth a lot of money. They're gonna be worth a lot of money because the
APA on Pros was wearing the Team Liquid Honda jersey. Oh man, oh god, man, it's crazy.
And then next thing gonna be Team Liquid Boeing. We fly across Japan with ease.
Even when you had because remember, 100 Thieves had a Subway sponsorship. Did they lose that?
That expired. What Team Liquid? 100 Thieves? What they did theirs like
multi-year thing. That's
Yeah.
when this shit just they a lot of times, and the contract would just never get renewed.
Yeah,
But the
they
thing
saw the
with Subway
viewership.
was
They probably just saw the viewership on some of their YouTube content for League and went, that's just not worth it.
no. It was making a lot of views. Well, I think what it was is that they were utilizing them eating subs, and it just felt weird because it was like oh subs, and it was the only one that was really eating the sub was Buzio. Buzio was like I'm hungry. Buzio was the only because they weren't supposed to really eat the subs half the time, but Subway wanted you to eat the subs, and Buzio was like, "Are we eating or not?"
Yeah,
It was
because
like
Team Liquid weren't they sponsored by Jersey Mike still?
they were. The Jersey Mike one ended in like 2024. Jersey,
Yeah, it was crazy. A lot of the sponsors, a lot of these esports teams got, I don't know how they got them, but they did. They've burnt all their sponsors. Like Team Liquid were like Tonda's like we're giving them all this money and it's like we're not really getting any return on this, or the eyes on our product doesn't change. Team Liquid, let me go to their store really quickly. Team Liquid, let me go to the store
but
really
you gotta
quickly to
realize
see
Team Liquid was trying to get out since 2022.
all the
They after that whole fuck up thing with that $6 million team and for it. I think he was trying to leave that, but
who are
Team
their
Liquid,
partners.
but
Their
Team Liquid
partner,
was
the sponsors are Alienware, Coinbase, Sue.
blockchain. That's more
That's
crypto.
crypto.
Okay,
Yeah,
Monster.
they've had Monster Energy forever.
IMC. Gat. Oh, Sat. Oh yeah, no,
I
that's
thought they said Snap. They're sponsored by food stamps.
Secret Lab.
Visa. Okay, they have some pretty big sponsors. They have Visa. They're fine, honestly.
Yeah, Team Liquid. It's like now that the Honda part's gone. Like this is from how fast they rebranded. I think Honda was going to end, but
they were probably going to end their sponsorship at the end of this year. But this gave them the fast track to end that shit quicker.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Just get that shit the fuck out of it. That sometimes all it takes is controversy. All right, cool. Beast. It's like when your girlfriend wants to break up with you, but she thinks you're still that guy. But then,
Digger partner Mike and Ike, the candy sponsors Dig.
Trash.
I haven't had Mike and Ike in 20 years.
Noble Chairs. I don't know what the fuck that is. Zero in Rudderman. What the fuck? Phillies. What the fuck are these garbage ass? What the the fuck? Okay. Let's go over all the sponsors of all the LTA orgs.
So we did Team Liquid. We did fucking Dig. 200 Thieves. What's their? This website was clunky when I used to go to this. Nate Shop.
They got Adidas.
Partners right here.
Partners, yeah.
Oh my! They're doing pretty good.
Yeah, so they got the Croc. Oakley. They still got the Heineken beer. Of course they got Heineken. They got rid of that bullshit ass juice.
Okay, they're good.
That shit.
I don't know how they got all these sponsors after they burned so many. They had Cash App as a sponsor before. Fucking hell, they had
that was they
had Tostino's Pizza Rolls as a sponsor at one point.
But you gotta realize all that was during COVID. A lot of that was during COVID when motherfuckers would stay home. A lot of those were temporary sponsors. Think about it. Now I'm no longer stuck at home and only able to go to the store once a week and walk in the aisle where the arrow point one direction. I don't need Tostino Pizza Rolls anymore. Think about it.
Cloud9 sponsors Kia, Pagoda, Secret Lab. Yeah, so Pagoda, I've seen those at the stores. Those are those frozen egg rolls.
Yeah.
I can make an Asian joke there, but I won't. It's fine.
Secret Lab and
Zini?
Okay.
I'm gonna go a little bit further. Kia, Pagoda. Yeah, Zini is eyewear.
Eyewear. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's because your Korean players have small eyes. I get it.
God damn it! That was a fucking lamp. God damn it!
Damn. Shopify Rebellion. I'm pretty sure no one visits this dog shit ass org's website.
Most of their money come from dumbass Ludwig.
Are they actually the real Shopify? Like that company? Is that them or is it a different? I don't know honestly.
It's them, but it's
Devaney Partners. They would say here about us.
But yeah, about us. It is.
Your mission is
our partners is Raider Respawn. by Raider. It's
What
just
is
Raider. It's just Raider.
Yeah. Damn,
Just-
they're just struggling.
But you
Fuck.
gotta realize their partners
They
is
have
also. But don't
they have
forget,
Bloodwing and Moist Critical.
don't forget to borrow the name. They're borrowing the name. Like
FlyQuest.
don't forget, Shop Harbor Rebellion. That's the actual other org, but they're borrowing
Yeah,
the name.
I would. It's the org where you can make your own business, right, and sell
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't want to say anything
That's-
wrong.
Yeah.
Their sponsors: Next, Ondaseat, Logitech, Lee and Brett. Who else did we not check?
Yes, the Cloud.
Oh
This
God.
guy.
They should be sponsored by no one. No one should give that team any money. No one should give this team any money. Hold on, before you go. We are shaping our own narrative as a team. Yeah, L's.
We got Disguise and Lion. That's the last two.
If Lion's not sponsored by tacos, that's a missed opportunity. What kind of ugly website is this? What is this? This looks like shit. What is this?
Of course, you get free advertising. Goddamn, said flat as a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, man.
Damn. She looks. Oh no. Oh damn. She
You know what? Stunner got mad because someone's like, "Who you think is better looking?" Say, Stunner looks like the fat version of Sid. Stunner looks like the fat version of Sid, and Sid was kind of like laughing. And Sid's like, "Why are you laughing?" Go back up and said our partners.
They had our partners.
Oh yeah, no, they're fun. Yeah, sell the team. Toast. You're about to go broke.
No, he remember he said he was out already $1 million.
Yeah, bro.
No, he has a Patreon. They have a lot of Patreons.
Yeah, they do.
So they get like 6,000. I think it's like 4,000 a month. They get that. Damn.
Damn, said fire the motherfucker, man.
Damn, I would lick her booty hole for free. She asked.
She gets so my face, man. I'll go.
Sparkles said, "I think you should lick the camera. I think you should suck Chaz's balls."
This Sparkles suck my balls right now. I need you to lick my balls.
Oh God, give Chaz some loving. God damn it.
Lick my nuts.
Lion, does Lion have a website?
What? Lion Gaming.
Let me see if I can find them on their. Okay. So what's your? What is this rapping shit? I don't know this rap.
Of course, they got a faker in there.
They have no store?
From Mexico to the world. Esports Club.
Well, okay. I have to go to their goddamn freaking. What is go?
Oh no, they're good. They're cut. No. Go back.
What?
Lion.gg. Is it GG's?
Yeah. Lion LLC.
Oh, they're cooked. Oh, that means they're not okay. They're technically not a real. Okay.
Maybe it's their way of like, hey, if we don't want to be Lion anymore for the LTA, we can just go back to being Rainbow 7. But that wouldn't make any sense.
It says get this domain. That means technically they don't even have a website. Oh, because it hasn't been a year yet.
Right. Oh shit.
Wait a second.
All right. WZ, what's up?
R7 Gaming. Okay, what was their sponsor then?
I don't remember. Let's see. R7. I can't read rap.
Yeah,
All right. Last night, Honda announced the
immediate. They don't have a website anymore. They sold their whole website. No one I can't find it. Oh my god, they sold
everything.
Yeah, they did some real poly shit. They scrapped. They burnt the books. They cut the book. Oh, bro.
Sell your whole org to Mexico.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's finish the rest of this, and then we'll end the episode. Last night, Honda announced. Wait. I think I had sex with a girl. Joking. Last night, Honda announced the immediate termination of its partnership with Team Liquid, a 6-year naming deal likely valued in the millions. Team Liquid League of Legends team, for example, has been known as Team Liquid Honda for several years. The automotive company has been a key sponsor for the team. The loss will have untold ramifications of Team Liquid's financial stability and competitive outlook. And this was the PR statement that they put out for fucking Honda to Team Liquid. Diaz Lucas BR, a Team Liquid Rainbow Six Siege player, caused the controversy with a tweet he made after losing to CAG Osaka in
Osaka.
the Reload 2025 group stage. The attached GIF depicted the BBC's recreation of the bombing of Hiroshima, causing a firestorm on Japanese social media. A mistake, not malice. The organization imposed heavy penalties on the player. He was deducted
4 months of salary from what Team Liquid leadership says was a mistake, not malice. As a gesture of further goodwill, the players of the Rainbow Six team decided to donate their prize winnings from the Reload tournament to a charitable organization. Pretty much they're just pushing them to just save their ass. It doesn't matter.
We know it's bullshit. That guy did not do that without malice intent. That was not a mistake.
Oh no, that was definitely malice.
If anyone believes that was the mistake, you need a lesson in life. Just telling you that right now. Though Diaz apologized, Honda's termination of the deal was instant and irrevocable. Already, Honda branding has been removed from Team Liquid social media accounts, and Team Liquid statements confirmed that there would be no recourse or potential for sponsorship renewal. Like, yes, Sheep, no shit. Like,
that made it sound like even if anything happened in the future, nah, I think they're done. But like thing is, like who else? Like if Honda doesn't show up at any other one, if Honda goes to another team after, that was more like okay, they want to get out of Team Liquid and get out of esports. But if they don't go, if they go to another one, that's gonna look bad. That's gonna look more bad at Team Liquid. That's when you fucked them up bad. But if they don't go to another org, in the near future, they use this. It's like when your girlfriend wants to break up with you, but she can't find a good way. That's why she waits for you to fuck up. Like I was like, oh my god, you forgot my birthday. You gave me my birthday present a day late. I'm gonna break up with you. That's what that was.
I just want to show you guys what this is Angel Reese, the player that people say is as good as Caitlin Clark. Just look at this. I can't put the audio because reasons. Look at this.
Let's just get the whole rebound.
Look at all these L's. Look at all these L's.
See, you know the fucked up thing is all those count as shot attempt because she's gold.
Yep. And I'm supposed to believe this disgusting Jar Jar Binks animal can play as good as Caitlin Clark.
I was about to say something now. Wow. What is wrong with her? I'll type it in the chat.
Oh God, good Lord, I'm not doing this tonight, man. All right, so yeah, that pretty much covers everything, man. That's the reason why we had to start a little bit earlier tonight because there was so much to go over from NBA, WNBA, and LEC 2025 spring split, LTA 2025 split 2, the playoff previews and everything. Yeah, Team Liquid losing their Honda sponsorship.
Yeah,
that's crazy to think about now. I don't know if it's going to affect their bottom line, but to be fair, we won't know if it will yet because I don't know how much, because you can tell from the Honda sponsorship, they got more money from the Honda sponsorship because it was a naming rights deal. Like the naming rights deal sponsorship are the biggest ones.
Yep.
By far. So, I mean, I don't know, honestly, what the ramifications of this will be. But yeah, anything you want to say before we head out, actually?
Yeah, well known about, I want to say 6 months.
They start making a lot of layoffs.
That too, but if Honda doesn't go to a non-Japanese, if they don't go to a non-Japanese org after this, this is more of Honda using that incident as an excuse. But if they go to another org, she's literally dropping massive back. I think it's a little bit of both. Because they were just too quick. That's me. This is one of those things where someone was like, "We have a chance to get out. Let's go." Ejectocito, cuz that's what it was. It was ejectocito, cuz they got the. It's like when you get that chance to leave and you never look back. That's what Team Liquid did. That's what Honda did. They.
Wow. So
That's
Michael,
what
how
they
you doing,
did.
man?
Team Liquid got out when they finally found a way they could. Yep.
Yeah. Goodness gracious, it's because Kia sponsors the LEC
Cloud9.
and Cloud9 and damn
Who they
one
sponsor?
Kia. They have DK. They sponsor without
Who they
Kia.
sponsor the LEC? No, you said LEC.
They sponsor the whole LEC.
Oh shit.
They don't sponsor
Okay.
just one team. They sponsor the whole LEC, and they sponsor Cloud9 and they sponsor DK in Korea.
Okay.
Because remember, it was Damwon, and then it became D plus Kia.
Yeah.
Remember that? So, yeah. As you guys know, for me, I thought it was funny as hell. That's what I thought. Now people said, but what if like a European player posted about 9/11 meme? I think it would be funny. I don't know.
It depends. It depends on which org is aimed at, but none of the orgs are in New York.
Yeah.
And there's one org in New York. He said, "Oh, damn, we just lost to it. It felt like a plane going to a tower. Yeah, you might get fucked. Yeah, you like. But most of these motherfucking players are not from America anyway. Like, yeah, it's like okay, cool. You make a joke, and I will make a joke about yours. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It's like.
So before you go, any other videos you're gonna be putting out, or you just still just taking a break?
I'm just playing Pokemon, man. Right now I'm just playing Pokemon.
And you're just here Thursdays and Sundays.
Yep.
Wow. A black man from New
Yep.
York, from Connecticut. He's not from New York. No, he's a fan of all the New York teams. Fan of the Yankees, fan of the Giants, fan of the Knicks. God damn. Why Connecticut not good enough for you, man?
Because I live closer to I damn near live in New York. I'm not from New York, but I live damn near there. It's like,
good God, this is not true.
try.
Goodness gracious. We can make a. What the heck? Let's make a. I need to. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm just lost for words. But yeah, hopefully Cloud9 can what the flying fuck? Chaz just threw himself out. So yeah, but Chaz was he left me like my dad.
Nah, it just ejected you right out. I tried to type something and it just
They're fine.
Don't see them, my cousin.
No, but Lions has no sponsors because what is this org then?
See, because you gotta realize there's whatever Lion Gaming and
let me see, because I want to see what their Leaguepedia says. Lion Gaming is a Mexican taco burrito enchilada.
In October 2024 between and 6 Karma. That'd be whatever those two teams.
The brand used to be the most successful clubs in Latin America. So that's their history. That's it?
Yeah.
Licorice Saint contract. Licorice and Saints contracts were updated. They're not. No way. They're kicking Licorice. Licorice supposed to be here until 2026. No way. No way. Let's see. That's pretty much it. Okay. So yeah. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. We will be back here Sunday. Well, I'm gonna try and get it early because I know he has to go to work early Monday. So we'll do earliest 6-7, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so about 6:30 so like 6:30 p.m. PST earliest, 7 p.m. PST. So yeah, what else do I have coming up? I have to go do the show with me and Warren tomorrow, Friday. And then after that, I have a one-on-one with Lenore. I know Chaz will like her. She's interesting. She's very fun. So, and on Sunday, we have the Cloud9 podcast. And then, yeah, Monday, back to the same thing we do every single week. So, yep. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. If you're watching just this episode, want to make sure we give you guys a big one. We had a lot of stuff to cover, but now we're going to be in playoffs. So we're going to be covering that as it unfolds. And I can't wait to talk about LCK stuff on Sunday because I couldn't get that in tonight. We would just be here all night if we talk about the LCK then. But we'll cover LCK stuff on Sunday for you guys. But yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you later.